All righty, we are recording. Hey, I want to welcome all of our Bring the Pressures. I want to know, I want to thank everyone. I know it's a little bit of an unusual hour for us to be doing a webinar, so quite a bit earlier than we normally start. But can I just quickly ask everyone where you're coming in from? We actually have a lot of people on for us starting at 7 p.m. on very short notice. So let me know where you're coming in from. Wisconsin, Maplewood, New Jersey, London, UK, Mitch, Rochester, Arizona, Kansas City. We've got someone from the UK. Kalamazoo. Oh my gosh, you guys all type so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read it all so fast. Let's see where. Bournemouth, UK. Where else we got? Got from all over the world here. Brisbane, Australia. Sydney, Australia. You guys know that Mark's here from New Zealand. Is there some sort of a rivalry between New Zealand and Australians? I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, of course.
Riverside. What is it? The All Blacks is the name of the rugby.
Yep.
We got Virginia. We got Mexico, Cleveland, sunny California. Mike wants to know what time it is in New Zealand.
It's
Mark.
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Man.
Yeah.
Boy, I'd still be asleep right now.
I would be too. I've been, up during the night with the kids and stuff.
Oh, that's sweet. Mine and Kelly's partner in Bring the Fresh, David Mills, he and his wife just had their first baby, Chance, who was just born yesterday. So that's a kind of a momentous event for David. Now he has no more time to be brilliant on our behalf. I'm the last kidless one left. So I'm y'all's last hope for I don't know, for time. Okay, well, I want to thank everyone for joining us. It's about 7 o'clock. We still have folks filtering in. I'm here with Mark Ling. Kelly will be joining us in spirit and in recording, but he won't be joining us in person. He actually had to take his son, Logan, to the doctor, a little bit of a last-second thing. But while Logan was getting ready to go to the doctor, Kelly made a little bit of a recording for us to kind of kick things off and to kind of introduce things. So in a minute or so, I'm going to play that. Mark, you're there, right?
Yeah. Can everybody hear me okay?
All right. Can everyone hear Mark? Yeah. Yep. We have a lot of yeses. All right. 4 by 4.
Okay,
yes,
fantastic.
Yes. Who sounds more handsome, me or Mark?
I'm not going to sound too good. I've got a little bit of a cold at the moment.
Kelly, there's no mics here. This is crap. I get no love here. Oh, there we go. Pete's flirting with me. All right, good. Now we're doing better. All right, it's starting to even up a little bit here, but Mark jumped out to an early lead. All right, well, I want to thank everyone for joining us. This is quite an exciting event. If you have kind of been aware, Kelly and I have kicked off what we call 6 months of profits, and we've just had such an extraordinary experience with Bring the Fresh, and with this thing we think of as like a golden city on a hill with Bring the Fresh, and so many people being so successful that it's really inspired us to want to help folks take things to the next level. A lot of folks know that next week we're going to be releasing Project Profits, but Mark Ling is somebody who I've long admired and respected, and I knew that Mark was coming out. We actually don't get angry with him, but we actually pushed back the Bring the Fresh launch, or not the Bring the Fresh, but the Project Profits launch, because we really wanted to be heavily involved in the Affilio Blueprint 3.0 launch, so much so that we really dropped everything. And Affilio Blueprint rocks, just started. That Mike said. That's great. And so me, Kelly, and Mark joined forces to create your Triple Your Profits bonus event. I've got a little bit of a page. I'm pretty sure everyone at this point has seen that page. Mark is so funny, by the way. I gave him the big, long, misspelled link for it that I've been sending you all to. And Mark is like, that's way too long. They'll never be able to type that. Make it 3P.
I just meant because Mike wanted me to put it on my slides, and I thought, man, it went over 2 lines. So.
Yeah. Well, especially since it's misspelled. So anyways, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. What I want to do, I want to thank everyone for joining us, and I'm going to play a special message from Kelly. Now, normally when I do this is not. I'll have to give you a disclaimer. I don't do this on my. I just have a computer that's just for webinars and for playing Mass Effect. It's my non Mac, which is really scary for me. But I have to do it because that's how we can make a recording. So what I want to do now is I want to play a little bit of an introduction that Kelly put together for us, and then I want to warmly introduce Mark. We wanted to give a few minutes for some more people to join us. And actually, I'm really shocked at the number of people who have joined us. We only had a few hundred people sign up, and we have a huge attendance rate for being such short notice. I know I only told you all about it a couple days ago, but that's just the spirit that we have in Bring the Fresh. Folks are really in it to win it. So what I'm going to do, this is probably going to be a little bit choppy. There may be a bit of an echo. My apologies for that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up. You can see this picture of Kelly. You can tell that Kelly just got back from Bora Bora because he's fried and burned. But I'm going to play this 8-minute introduction for you, and then I'm going to introduce Mark. I have no idea what Kelly's going to say in this introduction. Hopefully it's not too embarrassing to me, but no, I'm sure it's going to be great. And we all miss Kelly. Of course, our best wishes go out to him and his family. Hopefully his adorable son Logan makes a quick recovery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug my headphones so you can hear what Kelly has to say. If there's a bit of an echo, my apologies. If it gets too bad, I guess I'll stop the recording and just send it to y'all. But anyways, let's give this a shot. So, all right. So I'm going to play this recording from Kelly now, and we'll see what Kelly has to say.
Hey guys, Kelly Felix here, and I wanted to just record a quick intro. I'm unfortunately not going to be able to make the webinar tonight. I have an appointment for my son at the doctor at the same exact time as the webinar, unfortunately, but I think you're going to get some really cool tips and tricks here, some golden nuggets out of this webinar, so I'm stoked that you're here. Mark is a great guy. I've just heard so many good things about him, and Mike actually dove into a Philorama for several hours, and he came back to me and said, hey man, this is good stuff and I think we should promote it. And you know what? That never happens. I mean, I can't even remember a time in the past year that's even happened. It's been years since Mike's done that, and that's all I really needed to hear. When Mike told me that, I was like, I'm all in. So I've dove in a little bit myself, and what I really like about a Philorama is it's number one, it's a community that's ongoing. It's not one of these pump and dump products on ClickBank that comes and goes, and then the creator just kind of like says see you later and outsources you to a bunch of people in a third world country. It's not that sort of thing. And I think it really, number two, it really complements Bring the Fresh because it teaches a lot of the same principles, and you're getting to see it from a different point of view from another guy who's been really, really successful in Mark, And I just think it's cool that he does kind of what we do in his own way with some twists on it. He does more authority sites and stuff, and he gets a lot of good rankings, and he provides a lot of value for his members, and I just think that's pretty cool. He has some good tools in there, and I just like the community vibe. And number three, I just think it's cool that, I'll show you one thing here real quick. We are actually the #1 affiliate right now for Philorama, and I think that speaks volumes to what the industry is heading towards because, these days of these pump and dump products are over as far as I'm concerned. And guys like Mark, who are providing a lot of value, he's been around for a while, and he's had a Philorama 1, 2, 3 now, and he's still here, guys, and he's not going anywhere. And that's kind of the same vibe we like to put out. We're not going anywhere either. We're here for you. And it's nice to, associate with folks like that are on the same path and really interested in providing a lot of value to people. So I really think it's cool if you could get inside there and check out another person's point of view who has a great, great reputation. Like I said, I've only heard good things about Mark. I've never heard one naysayer ever. And, I just think that you could do a lot worse than associating yourself with another person who does really well online and has a different perspective. Even if you get 1 or 2 golden nuggets, like I like to say, out of it, it's definitely worth it. And, it's not going to break the bank. It's $77. And you know what? $77 is going to hurt you or put you in a desperate situation. I would say don't get a Philorama. But if you do have that money and it's not going to hurt you, and you're willing to put in a little time and effort to see another person's point of view and how they do things, and I say definitely, definitely go in, if for nothing else, to get our amazing bonus, because Mike and I have a lot of cool stuff planned for you guys. I mean, you're going to get a ton of stuff. We're going to dive into actually some of Mark's own websites. I'll show you one of them right here real quick. See if I can pull it up. Okay, here's one he revealed back in the day, and it's still to this day ranking. I think I just checked, it was #6 for World of Warcraft strategy guide, which is, a killer term, right? And it ranks for a bunch of other stuff. And I'm going to dive into it and see, reverse engineer exactly what Mark did. And I'm going to show you guys what I think he did right and potentially wrong, if anything. I have no idea yet, but I'm going to be no holds barred. So sorry, Mark, if I find some stuff that I think is kind of weird in there, I'm going to point it out. But I'm pretty sure it's not going. That's not going to be the case. But
Mike, can you pause for 1 second?
Another
You can
side
keep
of
playing,
things.
but can you pause for 1 second?
Sure.
Yeah, you carry on in a second. I'll just let you know that. Sorry, I'm reverbing. Can you mute yourself, Mike, while I say this?
Yeah, I think it's a little better. I put my speakers. You're probably one of the things, by the way, that's a little bit off. Kelly just got the name of the offer wrong. It's a Philo Blueprint 3.0. But
no, that wasn't the thing. All I was going to say was it's possible that I gave you version 2 to review because this website here is from version 2.
Oh, and we actually knew that. We made the decision.
Oh, you knew that. That's all right.
Yeah,
cool,
we sure
cool.
did. We actually made the decision. Yeah.
People that have built websites using version 2 are still making money from those sites. But
that was actually one of the things that really spoke volumes to us. Was that here's and by the way, WowBlackBook.com doesn't just rank for World of Warcraft strategy, but Kelly and I have been monkeying around in the background. You know us. We're a little SEO gym rat, and one of the things that actually WoW Black Book still ranks for is WoW leveling guide, which is actually a very, very strong term. It gets a lot of searches, a lot of exact searches. That's a big benefit in this World of Warcraft gaming thing. I think it's over 10,000 searches a month exact. So it's a very strong term. But yeah, the one thing I will correct Kelly on here is that it's a Philo Blueprint 3.0, but I think probably everybody knew that. Mark, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is a site I haven't even, I try to teach people these days to build more authority sites that they show a little bit more love to than I've shown this site. It's still making good money, but I literally, because I've got so many websites and some of them I'm more into than others, this website is one that I don't even think I've built a link to it in the last year, and yet it's still,
that's right. Yeah, you haven't fired. I was going to mention that you haven't fired a link to it in over a year, and that's one of the things that we really like is one of the things that we really believe in, and we'll get into this as time goes on.
Yeah. I'll let you keep playing the video.
We'll get into some of the details, but there's a lot of people want to know the difference between Bring the Fresh style sites, where we're really focused on single keyword, kind of getting you up and running. And, like a single keyword blog. Poor Kelly here, by the way, is frozen with a weird look on his face, so I'll have to apologize to him for that. But what Mark's doing is he's more taking that single keyword and building it out, building a number of pages on it, going for a number, kind of a broad diversity of keywords, and that's more of an authority site. And we're going to talk about the strengths of both of those. Obviously, there's a reason why Kelly and I stand firmly behind single keyword blogs, but just because you start a single keyword blog doesn't mean that you can't then build that blog out and get it, get it ranked for more and more terms. The main thing for us, and we'll talk about this as time goes on, is the low barrier to entry. But there's no conflict whatsoever in our SEO strategy between our strategy and Mark's strategy. And that's one of the really complementary things when it comes to Bring the Fresh and then ultimately to Project Profits and Affiliate Blueprint. But what we want to do is I'll let Kelly finish off here. He's going to speak for about 4 more minutes. Obviously, Kelly was very passionate about this and wanted to share his ideas about Mark's offering. And so I'm going to let Kelly finish up, and then I'm going to give Mark a more thorough introduction, and then we'll kind of be ultimately kicked off. Although Kelly's getting right into the meat and potatoes here.
Reverse engineer and show you guys about too. So, and then Mike has actually recorded an interview where he kind of took it to the mat with Mark and asked him some potentially uncomfortable, secretive information there that you guys are going to get to see where you won't see it anywhere else. He kind of goes into some of Mark's sites and how he got started and that sort of thing, and where he was before and where he was after, and what were the real tipping points for him. And I think you're really going to enjoy that interview. But with that said, I'm really excited about this webinar tonight because I know a lot of you, even if you've already joined the Philorama, which we really appreciate, you're still going to get some good stuff out of this webinar tonight. And if you haven't jumped on board yet, I think you're going to see some cool stuff here tonight that's going to make you potentially want to jump on board. And one other thing, I showed you, I think I showed you here the leaderboard update. I just got an email that Matt Carter passed us on this leaderboard here, so I don't like that guy. So I think I'm going to have to throw in some extra bonuses or some cool stuff for you guys that's going to put us back at number one, because, you know, Mike and I never promote anything. And when we do, you know, it's like 1% of the things that we ever do, we ever review that we actually promote. And this is good stuff. So we want to be number one because we think that tells the industry, hey, if we put out a good product, guys like Kelly and Mike are going to promote, and they're going to take it to the mat and really get a lot of good people involved. So we'd really appreciate it if you guys would help us get number one. And we're going to do our best to make that happen. We're going to throw in a lot of cool bonuses. And I'm actually probably going to have to throw in something cool with Project Profit. You know, that's our course coming out on June 7th that everybody's been clamoring about for like 6 months now. And we're finally excited to release it. It's such good stuff inside of there. We've got rave reviews from the handful of people we've let inside. And I've just added recently some killer videos to it that I recorded when I was in Bora Bora last week. And I'll show you what one of those is about real quick. I'll give you a little taste. I recently acquired a site that is about Warren Buffett, and the site is warrenbuffett.com. I now own that site, which is pretty cool, right? So what I did was I took the site and totally revamped it, and it's very basic right now, but what I'm going to do inside Project Profits is I'm going to show you exactly what I do with this site over time and how I'm going to monetize it, and how I obtained the site is a pretty interesting story, and a lot of cool stuff like this is inside Project Profits. And what I'm probably going to do, because man, I want to be number one for this this affiliate launch for Mark. I really want to do right by him. I'm probably going to throw in some extra stuff about this site that I wasn't going to reveal, and I'll put that in a little bonus. So if you end up getting a Philorama and you come inside Project Profits, I'm going to throw in some extra stuff in there just for you guys who get a Philorama. I'm going to put that inside Project Profits because I'm pretty sure most of you are going to get Project Profits. Everybody's been pretty excited about it for a while now. But anyway, I think I'm rambling on here, and I really got to go. I appreciate you being here, and I think you guys are going to learn some cool stuff tonight. And stay tuned for more info on those bonuses that I'm talking about that we're going to reveal for people who get a Philorama. And like I said, if you can get in, get in. The worst that's going to happen is you get a few nuggets out of it that you really enjoy. And, you know, if you find that it's worth the money, keep it. If not, then don't. But I think you're really going to enjoy it. And Mark has a 60-day refund policy with no questions asked, so there's really no harm, no foul, you know. So with that said, I'm going to take off. But Mark, Mike, have a good time tonight, guys. Take it to the mat. Really give these guys some good info like I know you will. And I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, thanks.
All right. Well, that is my best friend and partner, Kelly Felix. You guys can, I know everyone here is a big Kelly Felix fan. I know I sure am. And so that's great stuff. Well, what I want to do now is, without further ado, I want to introduce Mark Ling. Mark has a couple of unusual distinctions about him. When I first was deciding whether to, whether we wanted to go ahead and promote Philo Blueprint 3.0. The first thing I did was I went to Warrior Forum and I looked for dirt on Mark. I looked for dirt. I looked through thread after thread, post after post, and after quite a while, I found nothing. I found nothing bad about him. Just a bunch of compliments, a bunch of people really appreciating what he does. I actually am friends with somebody who credits Mark with having put him on the path to making over $1 million. And that's that dirty old man Matt Carter who we're trying to beat on this launch. So, but that's such an extraordinary story. Mark and Matt Carter were friends in high school, and Mark got a great start when it came to internet marketing, and he has such a strategic mind for internet marketing, and he was able to. I always find that to be such a big deal. I was actually able to help my friend David Mills.
Yeah, I got him into it about 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's extraordinary. He just had runaway success with it. And so I had the same kind of success with helping my friend David Mills get started, who I mentioned earlier. Yeah. And so I really appreciate that kind of one-for-one success. So Mark's helped so many people get started. I know a lot of people know him either by his reputation already, or they've actually worked with him and joined with him. So Mark, I really want to I just want to thank you so much for you just being so generous with your time, joining us kind of last minute notice here. And what I want to do at this point is kind of turn the event over to you. We'll have some questions and stuff like that'll be coming in, and we'll try to answer those as best we can. I'll be typing a little bit in the background.
Okay.
Would you like me to turn the screen over to you?
Yeah, you may as well. That sounds like a good idea.
Mark's like, man, these Kelly and Mike, they sure talk a lot.
I'm used to actually being on a webinar where we don't even mention an offer until at least an hour has gone by.
But everybody here already knows.
It's been
the
reverse.
Everybody here already knows. They already know that we promote so
nothing wrong
few
with that.
things. All of our business professionals, they know that we promote so few things that we're already so passionate about something by the time we get into it that we just get to it. So anyways, that's the good-looking Mark Ling, and I'm gonna fade back a little bit in the background, check out some of the questions that you guys are asking me, and kind of turn things over to Mark here.
Cool. So we're looking at in this webinar, we're looking at ways to triple your profits. Okay, I haven't really been given a massive brief on this webinar from Mike, but I've got a lot of stuff that I can share that can help you to triple your profits, if that's what you guys want me to cover on this webinar. I'm not going to be using too many slides and stuff. I'm just going to be going off the cuff, if that's all right, guys. I'm also prepared, if you want to critique any of your websites. If you ever want to, shoot those through to Mike. Mike, you would have to post them in the chat window to me because I can't see audience questions being a panelist. But if people want me to do that on the webinar.
As much as possible, I'll try to type in answers quietly as you go along. And if it's something that I feel like you need to answer in public, then I'll let you know.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, all right. For me, the number one way to triple your profits, okay, so tripling your profits assumes you're already making some money, okay. So obviously inside my course and stuff, I teach you how to get started right from absolute scratch. But given that the title of this webinar is Triple Your Profits, we're assuming that you've got at least something going, all right? And the holy grail of methods for tripling your profits is certainly to do with email marketing. You're on this webinar or watching the recording because of email marketing. You got sent an email that got you here, all right? That's just one aspect of proof that email marketing works. For me, I made my first $250,000 online before I got into email marketing, all right? And I doubled the amount of money that I was making on a weekly basis within less than 90 days of getting started in email marketing. And I multiplied it by something like 4 or 5 times within the 12 months from that. So it just went up exponentially. It goes up a lot. And it makes sense, right? Because if you're capturing leads, then you've got a chance that you can make repeat sales to those same people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about lots of different tactics here for tripling your profits, but one of them is to do with email marketing. Now, I'm going to just show you, actually I'm just going to mention first of all, when it comes to email marketing, you need to treat your list as though they are real people that you're mailing to. So you're actually going to build a relationship with these people by sending them out quality content. No matter what niche you're in, you don't necessarily have to be a guru in order to do that. And I've had people say to me, okay, look, I'm in a niche to do with embroidery machines. What am I going to send out as a newsletter? And I always tell people, think of the accessories that go with whatever it is that you're promoting on your website. Okay, think of that, and then that'll guide you as to what a newsletter should contain. So with embroidery machines, I'd be interested to see what would people be suggesting to me right now. Embroidery machines. What would be the kinds of things you would want to put as email newsletter content if that's what your website was centered around? Mike, do you want to tell me what people are saying? Because I can't see the...
Okay, so embroidery machines, you've got designs. And I don't think that everybody realized that you're asking a question, but all right, so you're asking for, what's the specific question?
Oh, I'm just seeing I'm just want to get some interaction going. I want to see what people are
Patricia says patterns. Let's see. types of thread to use. All the ladies are chiming in, by the way. We've got machine, how to knit faster, Ian says.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And like, to me, off the top of my head, I would be thinking all of those things maybe as an ongoing theme. Maybe every 3 days you send them a new embroidery pattern. And with that pattern, underneath the pattern, what would you do? You could link to all the colors of string that they need and a website where they can get them. Bam! The moment they see a pattern they like, they want the exact colors of the string for that pattern, and they might go and order it. Or they might go to, I'll just load up my web browser here. They may go to say clickbank.com/marketplace. Sorry about my voice. I've just got a little bit of a cold at the moment. So I'm a bit croaky. And let's say I typed embroidery. I'm just going to order this by gravity so I can see something that's already having success. I cover all this in my course, what's to do with gravity and stuff. I've got a feeling that you guys already know a bit of stuff from Mike already. Let's have a look. So we've got complete bead guide. That's not really embroidery. Oh, there we go. There's one. Paying $31 a sale. It's a small kitschy niche embroidery. I might not have chosen a good one, but I wanted to show that even in a really crappy niche, that well, I shouldn't call it a crappy niche. I should say a really small, in a really small niche, there's still stuff that you can think about.
And let me break in really quickly. This is one of the things I really enjoy. Mark has a lot of the same kind of really aggressive affiliate marketing mentality like Kelly does. And so it's literally extremely valuable to watch him, the way he uses ClickBank and, his kind of thoughts, his kind of background thoughts, A, because they're very valuable, but B, because you can see he's not doing rocket science. He's not like doing calculus equations to figure this out. I mean, this is just regular, ordinary, good, straightforward thinking, tempered by years of experience and millions of dollars worth of money getting.
Yeah, so, I mean, I could see people would buy this. Heck, even if you're giving away one every day for free, a lot of people just want them all at once. And what does this cost? $77 or something? $79. You get 50% commission. Sooner or later, someone's going to people will buy that. If you're into embroidery, gee, getting a whole bunch of awesome patterns, getting thousands of 15,000 designs.
Mark's getting ready to take up embroidery.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay, so first of all, I'm just sort of selling you on the concept of email marketing, no matter what kind of website you have. Okay, I know at Bring the Fresh, quite often you teach people to focus in around a certain type of, like a singular keyword phrase, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, okay. So is it normally in the make money niche, or is it normally in any niche?
I mean, it's across a number of niches. I think a lot of people who are in Bring the Fresh are passionate about make money, so we have a lot of people jumping in on launches and doing launch jacking and so forth. So there's definitely some make money action in there.
Right. So that's perfect. And you teach some email marketing, I think, from memory.
Yeah, we get into that. We're getting more into it with Project Profits, and that's a big. You're really touching on a hot button here. We're getting a lot of people that are excited about this topic you're talking about here. Honestly.
Even if you don't have any search engine rankings at all, okay, if you're building one-page sites to do with the make money niche, as long as you've got an opt-in page that people can get to somewhere off your one, so maybe not a one-page site, maybe make it 2 pages. One page can be an opt-in page of some sort. As long as you've got some sort of squeeze page where you can get people to opt in for your free report or something like that, as long as you can capture those leads in some way, then even if you can't get the search engine rankings, the other way to get lots of people to opt in, relevant people, is to participate in the niche, and participate on forums and so forth, and just put your squeeze page link in your signature. And a good place to go to get the right people on your list is to buy people's products and participate on their members forum, because then you get buyer leads onto your lists. I taught that process to other friends of mine who managed to get themselves making several $100s a week relatively quickly before they even received search engine rankings, because by participating in the niche and being people seeing their free report listed in their signature, they were able to get opt-ins every single day out of that. And you can do that in any niche, by the way. Make money can be a particularly good niche. I usually recommend people go into lots of kitschy niches, but try and make one of them be about internet marketing, because you're obviously passionate about it, or you wouldn't be learning it right now.
Mike is asking for an example of a squeeze page. If you don't have one available, you can go to area51lifestyle.com, area51lifestyle.com.
I've got examples, but I'm more than happy
Great.
to. No, I'll show that one. That's fine. Area 51.
Yeah, 51. Yeah, 51, not 52. And this is a $1 million website in the relationship advice niche. I built over 100,000 person list. I'll show it to you guys later on. But this is a particularly effective squeeze page. So there's a video from a guy named Mystery, and he'll say, "Hey, welcome to area51lifestyle.com." You can play it if you want to. But anyways, you can go to that website. But this is a really effective squeeze page.
Cool.
All right. So, anyways,
I know his former business partner. He did the dirty on me once.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, but he did the dirty on Mystery as well. So.
Oh wow.
Mystery's a good guy.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, you do it. But regardless, this is a great example. I'll maybe at some point later on I'll open up my Aweber account. I've still got 85,000 active leads from this site, all built 100% on free traffic. So this is without a doubt an incredible example.
I'll have to get you to promote my dating offers.
Yeah, we'll get after it. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, I'm gonna like when you build a newsletter follow-up sequence, right? You want to be giving them quality content. Sorry about my cold here. So you want to be giving them quality content. Treat them like real people. It can be automated. You can have an automated sequence of fantastic content. And then you can sprinkle in live promotions as well. If you're not very good at writing the content for your niche because you might feel like you're not an expert yet, then you can outsource it and get other people to write it for you and so forth.
Well, and one thing I'll say, Mark, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, but with this Area 51 lifestyle thing, man, when I first started doing this website, I didn't know anything about relationship advice. I certainly am not a pickup artist. I know nothing about it. But what I did do was I just took on the role of the investigator. And that's something that anybody can do, whether you're new to internet marketing, if you're new to embroidery. If you become the investigator, you can say to your people on your list, look, I have no idea about this stuff, but I'm interested in it. I'm passionate about it, and I'm performing an investigation. And in doing that, you're being just like your reader. And that's something that's actually literally very exciting for them.
That's what I did with Matt Carter when he started. I told, because he was like, look, I'm brand new to internet marketing. Why are you telling me to teach internet marketing? And I was like, well, he focused, by the way, not on internet marketing. He focused on his other stuff, like building websites to do with health products, to do with learning Japanese and other affiliate sites. And they went really well for him. But I said at the same time as doing that, keep a blog going. Every time you learn something new, post it to your blog. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to try and make a heap of money in the make money niche yet, but in a year from now, when you are an expert, you will have built up 1 year of authority and you're ready to roll.
And now Matt's made over $1 million, and he's now made over $1 million doing just that. So that's $1 million formula. Great stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, there's lots of different types of promotions you can run when you've got a list. I would say having a mailing list is the closest thing there is to having your own personal ATM machine. It's literally, you need some money, you can send out a promotion to your list and you make money. Obviously you don't necessarily, it's not quite like an ATM, you can't just keep pressing the thing and money comes out. Or you've got to treat it well. Like I said, you've got to treat people on your list well, and then recommend them good products at appropriate times. I usually try to have a ratio of maybe 4 to 1, 4 quality content emails, 1 promotion, as a ratio. And that doesn't mean that an email that sends out quality content can't have a soft sell at the end of the email and just saying, like, in terms of, like, you know, you want at least 4 out of 5 of your emails. The main purpose of it is to give value, whether or not they ever buy from you. You hope that they gain value from being on your list.
So there's sort of like a rhythm that you're talking about, Mark, and by the way, this is true to my experience as well, where it's sort of like you're giving, asking, giving, asking, like that kind of thing, where it's you know, like kind of a good ebb and flow, where there's a heavy dose of content for each time that you make a call to action.
Right, and there are several really good ways of doing promotions. Like, you don't always want to promote in the same way. Not if you want to get your click-through rates up and you want to get your conversion rates up. All right, there's several different ways, and I've got heaps of methods that work really well. One of those methods I'm going to show you right now is called the it's basically a you have been lied to method. All right. So in the you have been lied to method, I'll just type on the screen here. Okay, so I'll just jot down, you've been lied to. Now, if you think about any niche, no matter what it is, you can tie it back to you've been lied to. And believe me, you'll get a lot of people opening your email when you use that as a subject line. Weight loss, you've been lied to by all the weight loss experts. Or you've been lied to by every woman who has ever given you a reason for maybe this wouldn't be the whole subject line, but you've been lied to. Women are lying to you. That could be the subject line, and then it could be all about you've been lied to by every woman who has ever turned you down for a date, or who has ever said that they're just not ready for a relationship right now.
Yeah, I was going to actually say, it's so funny, the second you said you've been lied to and you mentioned relationship advice, that's exactly what my mind went to, because I hear that from guys all the time.
Yep. You've been lied to. You think about anything.
You've been lied to by the gurus. They've told you that you can use a push-button system to make money. Has anybody ever heard that lie? Let's see if anybody's ever been lied to by a guru about some push-button profit. The yeses are piling up immediately. Yes, 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 yes,
Right.
yes, yes, yes.
Right.
So this is true to your experience, though.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to think about, okay, what lies have been told in this industry now, and then you just you mention them, all right. But in doing so, you're trying to uncover what the truth is. So then you're promoting a product which is the real deal. Okay, and so that's how it works. So you've been lied to. That's what gets them in. You tell them you tell them some of the lies, and then that they've been told, and why they're lies, and then you go in and you tell them about the truth and what isn't a lie, what's the opposite of the lie.
Yeah, and
that's
in doing that, it's true to their experience. Like when I just said, you've been lied to about push button, whatever push button profits or whatever. Then a bunch of people, right away start typing yes, 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 yes. What you're doing is you're being like them. One of the big mistakes that quote unquote gurus make, and I'm not a guru. I don't think that Mark considers himself to be a guru either. But one of the things that quote unquote gurus try to do all the time is they want to be like Buddha on the mountaintop, where they're sort of better than their customers or blah blah blah. That stuff is a bunch of crap, and over time it really loses its effectiveness. You're so much better off, caring about your readers. Matt was talking about, Mark was talking about, how you want to be looking out for them. How they're kind of just like you, see the sameness, and that stuff really matters. And you can really see this in this idea of you've been lied to.
Yeah, and it works in any niche, but the secret with any type of promotion that you use, don't overuse it. All right, like I remember Frank Kern one time. He released an email marketing course, and he was teaching you to use all these short subject lines and short emails, right? Saying things like "Holy crap" as a subject line, or "the worst XYZ ever," like the worst weight loss course ever, and stuff like that, right? And that's great, and these sort of things work, right? But they don't work if every single email you send out is like that, right? And what happens is your open rates will drop down to, I've seen some people drop down as low as 2% open rates, because all they ever do, and you'll know the kinds of guys I'm talking about, because you might be on some of those kinds of lists where all you ever get is, holy crap, is the subject of the email, and then this is the best thing ever for making push button money. Go here. Big fat link. That's it, right? If I sent an email out like that, I would make $1 zillion. I will make heaps of money because I never send emails like that. So if I was to split test it, it'll win. But if I send out an email like that every day, I will make, my open rates will probably start at like 50% or something, and they'll just drop and drop and drop until eventually they'll be about 2%. So you've got to think about the long haul of things. So even the you've been lied to approach, it's great once every 6 months, once every 8 months, if you're going to do it live, or if you're going to do it automated. Just do it once and then don't do it again for another 6 months into your autoresponder sequence. Okay, and it's fantastic as long as it's not overused.
Yeah, and at the same time, you can also like have your I mean, I'll tell you this, the Stereo 51 Lifestyle list, you know, over the course of time, I've gotten anywhere between, probably the worst open rate I've ever gotten on an email was 10%. The best I've gotten was over 90%. And you know, always somewhere in between. But, you know, you can also go too long. But really the point is, think about what's natural in a conversation. What's natural in an interesting conversation. Sure, every once in a while your buddy will show up and say, holy crap, you know, the Avengers, it's awesome, you know, like, and then that's it. Yeah. But usually there's going to be more meat to it.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing is that focusing too much on open rates is not necessarily a good thing. What you really want to do is train people that opening your emails is a good thing, and also train them to expect to get in their emails what you say they're going to get. So in general, I'll have a subject line. More often than not, my subject lines will look like this. Say 3 ways to start conversations with men. Say. So my open rates on something like that, yeah, they're going to be good, but they're not going to be out of this world. But they'll be consistent because they'll be because if all the email subject lines, or the majority of them, are things like that. I'm talking about say a list for women looking for men here, by the way. So another subject line, women looking for men, might be inside the mind of a man, or something like that, and then it'll be, you know, all about some guy revealing secrets to how men think about women and so forth. What I'm doing is I'm telling them what's in the email, and if they're not interested, they'll skip the email. Great. If they open an email from me and they're not interested in it, and they get used to that, then they're going to get used to the fact that my emails are non-interesting. But if they skip over the emails they're not interested in, and they open the ones that they are, then I'm training them that whenever they do open emails from me, they are interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually just very important overall in marketing. And this, by the way, this can not just be true for email marketing, but even for your, you know, when we're crafting our blogs, whether it's an authority site or whether it's a single-page blog or whatever, you know, we have subject lines for our blog posts. We have title tags for our website. If we're baiting and switching people, then and baiting and switching, the idea is, you know, enticing people with one idea and then switching to a different idea. So saying, you know, if Mark has inside the mind of a man, and then he doesn't really give any insight into the mind of a man in that email, if he says, you know, that in order for you to get any insight into the mind of a man, you need to buy something. Well, a lot of people are going to feel burned by that. Or even worse, you know, like, I mean, this is really typical in internet marketing. Like the old I hate Mark Ling, subject headline. And then you open up the email like, oh my God, why is Mike mad at Mark Ling? And I'm like, I hate Mark Ling because he makes such a good product. And it's just so huck. It's so campy. And it's really disingenuous. And it's not really a great way to go. There's the reason for medical malpractice. Let's see if anyone can guess. What does anyone guess, like, the reason that a doctor will get sued for medical malpractice, which, by the way, if you're a doctor, is a big deal. And I'll relate this back immediately to marketing. So are there any guesses as to why it is that a doctor will be sued? Is it poor bedside manner, somebody says? Any other guesses? Stating cures. Okay, that's a good one. Breach of trust. They make a mistake. Wrong. Advice is wrong. Okay, here's what it is. It's when a doctor says he's going to do one thing and then does something else. He says, listen, I'm going to give you XYZ treatment, and instead he gives you ABC treatment. So if he says, I'm going to give you ABC treatment, and then he gives you ABC treatment, you will not sue him for medical malpractice on average, even if ABC treatment was the exact wrong treatment. And this is a really, really important insight into people's minds and the way they work and trust. People can understand, if you say, even if you make a mistake, that's one thing. But if you promise something and deliver something else, that's a deception, and human beings don't like that. Somebody said leaving a sponge inside, by the way. That's Frank. Frank's always a character. Someone said it sounds like warrior for him. But no, but this is an important point. We won't necessarily spend the entire time here on email marketing, but I got to tell you, this is like what Mark is saying here is dead on. And if you begin this way with your email marketing, and even with the messaging of your website, where the headlines match the content of the article that you're listing, you're really getting ahead of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any problem with, let's say this inside the mind of the man. If it turned out to be a promotion of a product that was to do with getting inside the mind of the man, right? I don't have a problem with that if that's what it is, but you don't want that to happen every time. Other times you might want to have it be content, and then above that there could be, some other article that was, I'll just copy and paste the same title there for a sec, but it could be on whatever, and another one, whatever. So they've received a content email, a content email, a content email, and then that one happens to be a product. So I don't have a problem with it as long as the product is, geared around what the headline was about. And there's a good flow on. People often get content. There's nothing wrong also with there being a soft sell at the end of this email. Like there could be a 1,000-word article about 3 ways to start conversations with men. And at the very end of the article, it could say, look, if you're looking for a comprehensive course that teaches you how to talk to men in a way that will make him want to, make him interested in you, want to date you, want to treat you like you truly deserve, and all this, then go check out, say, conversation chemistry or whatever, or some product. Nothing wrong with doing that as well. Because some people, when they get to the end, they want more.
You hear all the time, like you'll hear they'll be doing, an interview with some supermodel, and she'll say, "Oh, I eat ice cream all the time," and yeah, maybe she eats ice cream all the time, but not every meal, right? Like, she's obviously eating good, and then she eats ice cream. Same idea.
It's like a golden goose. You want to keep feeding it. Keep feeding it. Take the eggs that it's laying. Keep feeding it. Take the eggs. You don't want to just cut the damn thing open to get everything out of it that it's got in there.
Yeah.
Because then it's going to stop laying eggs for you. So I'll just give you an example of why he lies. Like one of the emails. That's all right.
Sure.
That I sent out recently, because I sent out to one of my lists a promotion of a product which is all about why men lie. So it was perfect for the why he lies type formula. Okay. So anyway, I sent out these 3 emails to my list, and I made $19,287 in commissions.
Very nice.
I made
$20,000 flight files here. Very nice.
Yeah. So basically, you'll see it says from Amy, Amy's actually someone that works for me, but I wrote the swipe that we sent out. Okay, just to be clear, in case you're wondering why it says it's from Amy here. So anyway, it says, why he lies, open up. If you have had your heart broken or been lied to by a man, then you need to go watch this amazing video right now. And then so straight away sort of delivered on that promise. Even though it's a product promo, I delivered on what that is. There's this video about why, it's a video sales page. It starts out with a lot of interesting things about why men lie to women. And then I gave some credibility to the person that's writing it, because he's been nationally exposed. He's actually been on the Rachel Ray show, so I just said he's been nationally known relationship expert, exposes simple, horrible truth about men, why they lie, shows you the real truth, how he feels about you, what he wants from you, and how to make a man truly yours forever. Right? Because really, after as part of this product, it's not just about why men lie. It also teaches them how to get men to want to open up to you, tell the truth, and make you more attractive to men. For women wanting to meet men. Then I put some implied scarcity. When there is scarcity, I state it specifically. I'll say, if it's definitely scarce, I'll state specifically it's such and such is going to be closing on this date, or the price is going up on Sunday, or something like that. But if I don't know that, I don't know for sure if there's scarcity or not, then I'll just say, I don't know how long this video is going to be up, so you need to go watch it right now. And I didn't know because he was running a split test on a video sales page versus a written sales page. So, maybe the video was going to get taken down. And then I linked to the product again.
I really, by the way, I love this PS. This is a great PS. What Michael says in this video might break your heart, could make you mad at first, but it could change your life and your relationship with men forever. It's a great PS.
Yeah, usually I only link maybe twice and maybe 3 times in a copy. This time I was just trying it out, linking 4 times, and it worked rather well. But that's not the norm for me. That's like a once in a blue moon I'll link that many times. I was just doing it for this promo, but usually I'll just have a couple of links. So
this is an overall a 3-step promotion. And something about this, is that what it is? Like you got 3 emails in this promotion? Yeah. This kind of points to something else. And again, we're going to go a little bit further on email marketing here. We're getting questions about Penguin and stuff like that. Everyone wants to know about that stuff. So we'll get to some
chat about
in a
Penguin.
second. Yeah, in a second. But I want to finish this up. I want to see these 2 other emails. And I'll tell you why. In email marketing, Kelly and I talk about this a lot. We talk about it in Bring the Fresh. We talk about it in Project Profits. People respect what you inspect. So if you're going to do an email promotion and you're only going to do it once, you see this, with talking about Affiliate Blueprint, it's all that me and Kelly have been talking about for the last several days because we're very passionate about it. We're not just going to send one email out and be like, yeah, we told you about this. Okay, that's it. Peace out. We're back off to Bora Bora for Kelly or like whatever. If you really care about something, you need to show it in your energy. And it can be the same thing for your websites. For your single keyword blogs, you just keep talking about something again and again, and people get the idea, launch tracking sites and so forth, that you really care about it. Can we see the other 2 emails? I'm just kind of curious about them.
Yeah, we also, by the way, we got first place during this launch because he was running a launch at that time. So we ended up winning a 1-hour consultation with Michael, whose real name is Chris in real life. That's his pseudonym. Which was great because he's a brilliant video copywriter. So I learned a lot from that out of that 1 hour. I took him up on that. I'm always learning, always the student. And also won an iPad 3, which was awesome.
Nice. I actually, that's one of the things that Mark says right away inside of Affiliate Blueprint 3.0 is that he buys a lot of courses, and he often finds that he's amongst the best students or actually the very best student of that course. And it's because he takes what's in the course and he just does it. And I love that attitude. That was something that was very near and dear to my heart. I've actually had the same experience kind of again and again. It's one of the reasons why Kelly and I are so careful with recommending courses, because we find it so heartbreaking when there is a course, and even if you do what it says, you can't learn from it. And so that's you kind of got like a little bit of a slice of that from what Mark just said, he won this promotion. He got this hours worth of consultation with Chris there, took advantage of it, and now he's incorporating that into his own video marketing. So I really like that. I'm sorry, Mark. Go ahead. I'm fascinated with this series.
Well, the next one was, well, because it's a video, some people, they'll prick their eyes up or open an email because they see the word video. Some people are just more interested in watching a video than reading. So I used that in the subject line, video, the lies men tell. And then I said, basically, just checking to see that you got the video, so I anchored it to the previous one. We did get a lot of feedback about it, so I wrote that in there. We've literally been inundated with great feedback from grateful gals. If you haven't checked it out, do so before it closes, so I implied that scarcity again. And if you've ever had your heart broken or lied to by a man, you need to watch this right now. And then the link is right there. And then I gave some more detail now about the video, because I figured if they hadn't opened it by now, maybe it's because they haven't had enough detail yet. All right? Maybe I've just sort of given them too short a detail. So I said, well, my friend Michael Fiore recently asked over 20,000 men. He asked 20,000 men on his list, by the way, through a survey. What's the one thing you desperately wish the woman in your life understood about men but could never tell her? And the results were juicy, devastating, and dangerous. Guys opened up about how they feel about women, what they want from women, and what made them mad about women. Right? These are things that women want to know.
These are great power words. I want to point, this is some great writing here. Juicy, devastating, dangerous, feel, want, mad. These are, and by the way, well, what about, again, even if you're not email marketing yet, these are things that you can be putting on your blog. You're going to get more action. You're going to get more clicks. You're going to get more interest. It wakes people up. Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
Yeah. By the way, if you've never built a list before, I do teach you all about all of this stuff inside my course, like how to go from never having built a list before to building a list of hungry subscribers that hang on your every word, no matter what niche that you're in. And as you can see, this is a bit of an obscure niche, the why men lie to women niche. So anyway, I said Michael gave me a tiny peek at the survey results, and I suddenly felt like I had X-ray vision into men's minds. Michael decided to share the results for a limited time. Check it out before he takes us down. And there's the link. And then I said it could change your relationship, blah, blah, blah. I'd hate you to miss it. Another link there. And then if I wasn't making any sales from it, I probably would have stopped there. I was making crap loads of sales.
That's actually a scientific term if everyone wants to know, a crap load of sales.
Yeah, absolutely. So I decided to send a third email. All right. Don't always have to. In a promotion, send a third email or a fourth email.
I got to tell you, yeah, I believe if you're going to send one, send at least two. I'll tell you that much. And then, of course, if it's still working, certainly send a third. So let's see what this third one is. I'm chomping at the bit myself.
Yeah, sure. This one, I had better open rates on the second email with the video subject line, so I used it again. Okay, video, a peek into men's minds. Okay, I used the video thing again because it worked already. And then I just put final call. All right,
and that's where you said, like, if there's scarcity, you tell people. So, like Mark said earlier, if there's scarcity, he tells people, and he's telling them right away, final call.
I did focus in on the scarcity more than anything, and I put it in there. All right. So basically, most of the scarcity was implied scarcity. I gave them Midnight Valentine's Day because that was when I knew that the affiliate contest ended. So, I mean, I don't think anyone's really going to complain the fact that they were still going to probably get those bonuses after them. I'm not 100% sure whether they were or weren't. I just knew the affiliate contest was ending then, so I'd better tell them to enroll by then. So I gave them a due date. All right. And basically, I put in pretty much the same content for the rest of this. And that's it there for this style of promotion. I mean, there's so many different styles of promotions you can do.
But this is great stuff. I mean, a $20,000 swipe file, just good original content in a niche market. And we pointed out a lot of ways that you can swipe this stuff and use it on your blogs or if you have an authority site or whatever, developing these threads. Jay wants to know about how many people were on this list that you did 20,000 sales to.
That particular list, I think there might have been 70,000 or something.
70,000, okay, great. And believe it or not, like that's not that hard of a list, believe it or not, to develop in these
but
niche
that's
markets.
been built over a long time because I've had that list for quite a while. It only gets about 50 subscribers a day. It's not usually that high. Just most of the people that bought probably would have been from people that have been on there the last couple of years, which might have only been about 10 or 15,000 people. So
yeah,
the
first big promotion I did this Area 51 lifestyle list. We only had 7,000 people on it, and I did over $100,000 in sales. So I mean, you can have so
there you go.
It's not really a question of quantity; it's a question of quality. When I was working with John Reese behind the scenes on the Traffic Secrets $1 Million Day launch, it's just called Traffic Secrets, was the name of the product, but it was the first $1 Million day in the internet marketing world, and John did half the sales to his list. This is something a lot of people don't know. Half the sales were to his list. And does anyone want to guess? So John did $500,000 in sales. Let's see. I want to get guesses from people. How big was John's list? So $500,000 in sales. He did $501,000 sales. That list. I've got one guess. I got another guess. See how many we get a bunch of guesses in here. I'll call out your name if you're the winner. Whoever's closest. Got actually a lot of close guesses here.
I'll guess 600.
Do you have a guess? 600 was your guess? That's funny. Somebody got it. All right, I'm gonna stop it at the first person who got it. Somebody got it correct. Let me see. Someone said the answer is 3,000 was the number, and I'm trying to see who was it that got the right name because I want to call out your name. That was Milo. Milo guessed it correctly. It was 3,000 was the correct number, and so it goes to show. Now, John had built that list by going to events and speaking at events, and it was a very high quality list. But it really, Milo says, "Yeah, boy, great stuff." But it goes. Go ahead.
It does go to show. Like, I'll get you guys to try and guess how big my number one when I launched Sale Who, which is it's a website to do with eBay stuff back in 2006. Guess how many? Sorry, it wasn't Sale Who. It was Sky High Auctions. It was a Sale Who product. It was to do with making money from eBay back in 2000. Might have been 2006, or 2007. The number one affiliate, I'll tell you, he made. It's a $267 product, by the way. He made just over 300 sales of the product. Guess how many people were on his list?
So
he made 360 odd sales.
So it's $100,000 that he made. So we've got
360 odd sales at $267 a sale.
So basically $100,000. All right. So we've got Richard's guessing 500. Jay says 900. Mike says 600. Milo also says 600. Paul Jordan said
it was exactly 600.
It was 600. We had two people right one after the other. Milo, by the way.
I probably gave you a clue earlier when you asked my guess. John's.
Well, Milo here is he's getting into the guessing business. So
they were all his customers, by the way, from his product.
Yeah, I got to say, customer lists customer lists are very powerful. People really underestimate something I learned from Kelly. People really underestimate the value of a customer list. Especially when of course, everyone on this session right now are Bring the Freshers, and I'd venture to guess that not a single person here isn't a big fan of Bring the Fresh and what Kelly and I have done with Bring the Fresh. And you get such power. Remember we were talking about earlier with medical malpractice or whatever. If you say what you're going to give somebody and you deliver it, and especially if it's what people want and gives them the result that they're looking for, in a different class than everybody else. As me and Kelly's partner would say, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, because it's so exciting.
Okay, so you know that a customer list is better, right? I mean, I would rather have 100 names on my list that were customers, like even if they're not my customers, let's say they were your customers that had just opted in, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather have 100 customer emails than, say, 3,000 that had just found my website. Even though 3,000, maybe it'll be roughly about the same. It's usually about 30 to 1 or something like that.
30 to 1. So that's really something. And I got to tell you, Kelly and I are really big believers in this as well. So these are some really, really good insights. Now, we've been on for. Go ahead.
Can I just take? I know we'll talk about Penguin in just a sec. I just wanted to take that one step further and just say, okay, so we know customer lists are good, and I mentioned this before. That means that if you can be bothered to purchase a few products as they're launching and get on the members forum and help out, you'll be able to capture a lot of customer leads for yourself. Like, you just get in there and participate, help people out on a members forum of a product that's booming, and you'll get a lot of customer leads coming through. Just saying that's just one way to build up a customer list.
And you've had several friends that have done just that and been very, very successful doing it.
Yeah. So anyway, I could go on for hours about email marketing, but
I think that this has really been very valuable. Has everyone, just give us your feedback in terms of like this first portion, us talking about email marketing. We get lots of questions. Richard Kennedy says great info. Anybody have a little bit of feedback? Do you sort of enjoy that little insights into copywriting? See, good content. Yes, it was great. Mike wants to know, what Mark just said. What Mark just said. I'm weirdly blanking on it. What did you just say?
Me? Oh, I was saying about getting buyer leads through participating on members forums.
Okay, so what?
I've got a cold, so my
no problem at all. So Mike, what Mark was saying is that one technique for developing a successful list is to buy new products as they're coming out. Could be a new WSO or regular products, and then participate in the communities that are involved with that. But be helpful. Certainly go through the product, have some expertise with it, and you can. Richard says, bring the fresh to be flooded with sweet pages. Not really. Carly says, brilliant emails. Another reminder of how valuable the list is, sending out emails. Very good, Shirley. Yeah, everyone seemed to really, really enjoy that segment. So thank you very much for that, Mark. I really appreciate it. Ian says thank you.
No problem. And I'm assuming that most people are probably keen for something else now. They'd like to learn about Penguin from what you're saying.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Now we had one person in particular earlier. I think it was Mike also, and he was saying that he'd gotten into Bring the Fresh, and he got started. He was making some money, and he found himself a little bit jammed up with Penguin. And of course, that was something that Kelly and I really wanted to do. We stopped and we focused on Penguin and really try to get some things straight with that. If you make sure to re-download your Bring the Fresh Fast Start Guide, because we have a companion document with that called Crushing Penguin, and people have had a lot of success with that. But we also really love, one of the reasons why this promotion was really timely was I really respect Mark when it comes to search engine optimization, to being very successful with Google. This is a golden age for people who are really serious about being successful with marketing on Google and ranking #1 on Google. And it's one of the great things about working with Mark. So Mark's going to share a few of the insights. You've gotten to learn a lot from me and Kelly about Penguin. Now we're going to hear Mark's going to put the word out for us on what he thinks about Penguin.
Okay. Well, first of all, just to give a real brief background, just to differentiate, Panda is to do with the content on your website. Penguin it's to do with the quality of the content of your website, right? And Penguin is to do with the quality of the links being built to your website. Okay, so one's to do with on-page stuff, the other's to do with off-page stuff. Quite often people get them confused. They say, ever since the Penguin update, my sites have just dropped down the rankings, and they think it was Penguin. And yet Panda had a very important update only 5 days before the Penguin update. And 50% of the time that I've looked at sites that have had a so-called Penguin penalty have actually had a Panda penalty. And I can see it straight away when I look at the website. So, so I just wanted to clear that up. You've got to bear that in mind. It could be to do with the content quality. Also bear in mind, Google only gets it right maybe 80% of the time. 20% of the time, they may screw up and have a otherwise really good website pushed down the rankings, but they work on an 80-20 rule of 80% of the time their ranking, their new algorithm has made it better, then they think that's good. All right, so sometimes you've got to do things that can help you, like beyond just having a good quality website. Sometimes you've got to do things that push things even further in your favor, so to speak, and that's what we're going to talk about here. When it comes to Penguin, I've got a 3-step process for keeping a website Penguin happy. All right, it's there's 3 things, and then step 2 in this that I'm going to tell you about is sort of broken down into substeps. But step 1 with a website, and you'll probably disagree with me on this, and I feel bad about that, Mike, but you know, we've got.
Are you going to badmouth single keyword blogs?
No,
you better not.
I'm not badmouthing them at all. I'm just saying that I've got a different way of doing it, and you know what?
Yeah, I know.
You know, that doesn't mean that your method doesn't work, because we see that it obviously does.
Oh, I know I've got the best method for SEO. I'm not worried about that at all, my friend. But you really do have great stuff, and that's why I have you on.
But you also got to remember, guys, that with everybody, no matter what you're talking about, you can be talking about baseball pitching, and you'll find that different bowling coaches or pitching coaches will have different things to say. Yeah. You can be talking about tennis backhands. Some people are just absolutely anti women tennis players that are near the, right at the top of the world doing 2-handed backhands. So it can't be that bad. Otherwise, at least some of them, otherwise there'd be none, or the only ones at the top would have 1-handed backhands.
Yeah, and if Mark's stuff didn't work, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be talking. So there's no way that what Mark's not going to say here is not going to be good. And by the way, I'll explain why it is I like single page keyword blogs in a second.
So for me, what I usually teach people, but I teach people building different kinds of sites as well. All right, than these. Than the single page sites, but in general,
single keyword,
and there's nothing wrong with the single page sites as well. It's just a different philosophy and a different type of thing you're going for.
Yeah.
You're trying to rank for one keyword, whereas I'm trying to get ranking for several.
Well, and really, we're just talking, just so people don't get confused. I'll quickly explain, and then you can just go on. First of all, we're just talking about point of entry. So, like, the question is, do you start with one keyword and then expand from there? Or do you just start with a bunch of keywords? The reason that we teach single keyword blogs, and the reason that Kelly and I are so devoted, is the concept of barrier to entry. And what we mean by barrier to entry is we want our Bring the Freshers to have the lowest possible cost and risk when it comes to getting to that point of sale, getting in front of people and starting to make money. Yeah. Because we knew that builds. Yeah, because it builds a lot of confidence. We actually learned it from the relationship advice market of all places, from this Area 51 lifestyle site, because what I found was that we were having such incredible success rates. I remember Kelly was constantly watching how much success. I mean, we had thousands and thousands and thousands of testimonials from this Area 51 lifestyle site, and Kelly was really fascinated as to why we were able to do that. And me and David were able to tell Kelly, well, the reason why is that there's so many milestones that people get to enjoy on their way. It's not just like, okay, I'm either married or I'm not married, and that's it. And that's so often the way that internet marketing is taught. It's like you're either a millionaire or you're crap. And that's crazy. That's just totally crazy. Whereas having a number of milestones along the way, for relationship advice, you have guys that have never been kissed. They get a kiss. It's a huge deal. They've never even approached a girl. That's a huge deal. They've never gotten a phone number. That's a huge deal. All these things along the way are a big deal to them. They've never gotten a date. They've never gotten a second date. Whatever. Like there's so many different milestones along the way, and that's what really made us passionate about the single keyword blog, because we realized that it was going to be such a great mechanism for getting people off the ground and getting people going. And then you're still not cut off, and it's one of the great things, and I actually said that inside of our Triple Your Profit bonus. One of the things that we love about Mark's training is he really shows you how to expand upon that. Like if you're loving your single keyword blog and you want to expand to a number of keywords, he's going to show you how to do that. And so it's really very wonderfully synergistic. So, I was giving Mark a little bit of ribbon there. You guys might have thought that I was about to start a fight, but absolutely not. I think Mark is tremendous, and that's why we're we're endorsing Affiliate Blueprint 3.0. I'm sorry, Mark, please take it away.
All right, I'll tell you what my process is, and then feel free to pull it to pieces. This is just just the way I look at it. For me, any ongoing, say, SEO maintenance plan, like way of keeping your rankings high, or even getting to the point of getting high rankings, for me, it's a three-step process. One is grow your content. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're adding pages to your website. It can simply mean that you're changing your website up every now and then, once a month. If you've got a one-page website and you want to stick it and keep it as a one-page website, perhaps you may wish to just change around a few things every now and then on that page. All right, so your website's not just, say, static and never changing. But then again, obviously, there are some websites that don't ever change and they do very well. Like, otherwise, what would happen to all the bars and restaurants and other places that are in the Google rankings?
Right, exactly. Yeah,
sometimes they don't change.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, their algorithm does take care of that sort of stuff. It's all part of it. But for me, it's grow your content, grow your links, and we'll get into that in a moment. And the third part is get repeat visitors to your website.
Great.
All right?
Great point.
And I should also add a fourth part. If you've got multiple pages, get people visiting more than one page on your site, and that's if you've got multiple pages on your website. Either that, or if you've got one page, then try and make it so that people will stay on that page for at least a decent length of time before going to the next listing. All right?
Yeah, we've talked about this time on your site and getting as many clicks as possible on our website is always going to be a big advantage when it comes to getting respect from Google.
Right. So when it comes to growing your content, I usually recommend people at a minimum, if this is assuming you've got a multiple page website, that you add maybe one article to your website per month at a minimum. And if your website's already making you tons of money, then of course add more content more regularly than that, right? So it can just look more natural to the search engines especially if you're in a niche where the average website that's ranking well is a bit of an authority site, and that's the way you become an authority site, is by growing your content.
Yeah, and the idea here, unlike our typical Bring the Fresh site, and this is kind of like putting a Bring the Fresh site on steroids, is that Mark is not just going after solidifying his ranking for one keyword, but he's adding more keywords and solidifying the rankings for those keywords, and then adding another keyword and solidifying rankings for that keyword as well. So he's like literally growing his site bigger and bigger and turning it into an authority for a given topic.
Yeah, I'll put it this way. Let's say you had a website that was all about cat training, okay, about training cats, all right, getting the cat to stop scratching the furniture, all sorts of things, right? If your site is to be seen by Google as the home of cat training and, get ranking for lots of different cat training terms, then Google would expect that the ultimate cat training site would probably get updated and content would be added to it. If they're using an algorithm to decide what's the best cat training site, then that's part of it. If you're only trying to be the best stop cat scratching site and not the best cat training site, then you could probably get away with a one-page website and do really well. But then again, you could rank for a lot more terms and then consolidate that ranking a lot more by adding a lot more pages to even a stop cat scratching site. It could be there's a lot of different angles you could take even from that point of view. There's different types and breeds of cats and all sorts. People might be saying stop tabby or stop Siamese cat scratching or something. Who knows. So anyway, grow your content. But if you want to stick to one page, that's fine. But you may wish to grow your content simply by adding maybe a Facebook plugin so that people can comment within that page, so that every time someone types a comment in on your page, your content's grown. Grow your links. I'm going to get back to that in a short moment because that's the most important part of this process, and you could do away with steps 1, 3, and 4 and still be reasonably well penguin proofed if you do the step 2 properly, so I'll get onto that in a moment. Get repeat visitors. If people are coming back to your website, then Google sees your site as likely to be a lot more trustworthy. And one of the best ways to get repeat visitors is to have a newsletter, as we were talking about before, because then what I like to do is maybe every 4 or 5 emails, I'll send them back to my website. I'll send them back to read some other article on my website, or I'll send them to a new blog post that I might have just made. You know, that's the good thing. And the other side of it is, not only does getting repeat traffic look good to Google, but getting traffic from outside of Google looks good to Google also. So if they're sending you 80% of your traffic, you know, that's not necessarily seen as a good sign by Google that you're an authority in your niche. But if you're getting maybe 30 or 40% from Google, then that's a lot better. And one way to do that is to use email marketing, because then that way half your traffic's repeat traffic.
Yeah, even if you originally got, yeah, exactly. Even if you originally got your traffic from Google, like even if you built your list originally from Google, if you then send your list back to your site, then Google is going to recognize that, and it's going to be a big advantage. It's something that we absolutely did with Area 51 Lifestyle, and it's very, very, very successful. So that's a really great trip.
Yeah, and get people visiting. If you've got multiple pages, then the easy way to get people visiting more pages on your site is not to just have a menu system. A lot of people can't be bothered with menu systems when they get to an article. They don't want to have to trawl through that. They're in the middle of an article and they suddenly come across some term that happens to have a link to another article that fully explains that term. That is seen, and it's been mentioned by Google before, as a really good way of linking. In fact, if I go to Google and type something like, heck, just name a phrase, just any phrase.
Oh, how to get your ex back.
Oh, okay. Maybe that might not be so good.
Oh, sure.
I'll just try. I'll try Beethoven. Oh no, I'll try how to get your ex back. Actually, firstly, try that firstly. All right. I click on this one here. In fact, I should click on that second one. I bet that's going to be even better. Okay. So how to get your ex back? Let's have a look. I've got a good quality article here. It's long. It's going to keep people on the site. Okay, but this isn't the kind of example I was looking for. They've got links to other posts and so forth down the side, but more often I'll see a lot of sites that are ranking well in Google. That'll probably be more like this one here, WikiHow. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Actually, that you've got internal links to other pages on the site. All else fails, move on. So I'll click on move on, and it'll take me to another article within that website. And that one doesn't. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to type in Beethoven as an example, because you'll see Wikipedia. Google loves Wikipedia, right? And they epitomize internal linking from within an article. All right, so you're in the middle of reading about Beethoven, and as you're reading it, there's links within the article. I'm not saying you have to go over the top like this. I'm just saying if you've got a multiple page website, maybe at least internal link to one or two other articles within your article, and then you achieve a couple of things. One, people stay on your site longer reading stuff. Two, Google likes that style of internal linking, so people don't just have to get lost looking through a menu to find, say, their way to some of this other stuff that they may be interested in. Three, you get people visiting multiple pages on your website, and that looks good. Looks good to Google that, okay, people don't just turn up and leave your site straight away. They turn up and they trawl around and go to a few different pages on your site. So it keeps, so it has that benefit as well. So I mean, I could like click here, and then I'll be reading about the electorate of Cheer, and then I could be there and click on this link here as I'm reading it.
Yeah, and if you think about it, like
That's not
what's the difference
logical.
between reading an internet article and reading an article in the real world? Well, there's basically two differences. One, you can link to different parts and different places in the article. That's number one, and number two, you can play videos. That's the only difference between reading a book and being on the internet is hyperlinks and videos. And keeping that in mind is really going to give you an advantage. It's one of the reasons why we've had a big focus in Bring the Fresh 2012 on video. It's just a really important part of things. Now, you also brought up when it comes to Penguin linking. What are you seeing differently and doing differently when it comes to linking?
Well, when
and
it
by the way,
comes
I
to
have no
linking,
idea what he's going to say when I say this stuff. So, yeah, poor Mark's here. He's going without a tightrope.
all good, all good. Okay, one, vary the types of links that you get. At least 4 methods. Okay? One thing that really hit a lot of people when Penguin came along was they were vicious with people that were using certain types of blog networks for the majority of their linking. They were vicious on people that were doing certain types of profile linking. There are lots of different forms of sort of grey hat link building methods and black hat link building methods that people weren't just doing it 20% of the time, they were doing it 80, 90, 100% of the time for their linking, and they got hit badly. The problem with the wrong types of blog networks is that if it's owned all by one blog owner, then it left a massive footprint, and Google was able to slap those sites pretty badly. There are some blog networks out there that are actually quite good. People are now quite scared of blog networks, but I find that they actually work really well. But you don't have to use blog networks. But if you do, make sure it's not owned by one blog owner. Make sure the blog network is owned by individual blog owners. So if you get an article distributed across several blogs in that network, make sure that it's a different version of your article goes out to each blog. So it should be they should have some built-in spinning technology. And B, you've got to make sure that the article network distributes it over separate days, so your article doesn't just bam appear on 100 blogs in one night. It actually appears on them over the course of maybe 2 months. It gets sprinkled across them, and different versions of it at that. And 3, with a blog network, make sure that they actually have some sort of mechanism where they make sure that you're only able to submit relevant content to relevant blogs. There's not many blog networks like that, and you don't even have to join a blog network, by the way, to do linking. I'm just mentioning the types of links that got penalized. But if you are somebody that was doing several different types of link building, you were much less likely to suffer Penguin penalties when that came along. Right? Doesn't mean that it was impossible, it's just much less likely. Okay, so make sure you vary it and use at least 4 different methods. Okay, now one of the biggest things, and the biggest things that left a footprint to over SEOing your link building, was not having enough variations of anchor text. Yeah. People were only having 2, 3, 4 different variations of anchor text. So they'd have an article on stop dog, it's like stop German Shepherd aggression, right? And they would have 100 links linking to that page using the phrase stop German Shepherd aggression. Or maybe if they decided to vary things up, they would also have German Shepherd aggression and maybe German Shepherd aggression training. So they would vary it up and have 3 different variations of the anchor text, and that's it.
Yeah, we showed you inside of your when you download your new Fast Start guide. We actually show you a chart, and basically people who didn't have at least 60% variance in their anchor text were those are the people that were getting hit. So this is really, really key information right here. If you haven't heard it before, it's very, very good information. This is dead on. Mark is spot on correct about this.
Even before Penguin hit, I was already releasing training to people, telling people that I normally actually vary it by, I usually have minimum of 15 and sometimes 30 variations of the anchor text.
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
I'm
we were
doing my
we,
link.
we were we were teaching the same thing, but we couldn't get anybody to listen until the ship started going down to the iceberg. But it's okay. I
Right.
mean, now the question is,
No,
if you got stuck, what can you do? Well, number one, get different kinds of links, and number two, in those links, get different anchor text.
yeah, and then some of the anchor text may not even be a keyword phrase that anyone would actually search for, but it can be
Yeah,
relevant.
it can be stuff like click here, click through here, or use synonyms.
Click here or click, or or use synonyms. So you can go to thesaurus.com and maybe prevent aggressive German shepherds from biting. You can just come up with a phrase, maybe 4 or 5 of them. Doesn't even matter if people are actually typing it in. It's just a variation. You're still getting the value for the link, and it's still relevant. Okay, so you could use your intuition for maybe, if you're doing 15, maybe 4 or 5 of them. Use your intuition. Use click here. Use the exact URL of the page, www.yoursite.com/blah blah blah /German Shepherd aggression. All right, so you can do that. But then, furthermore, another good way of coming up with more variations of the anchor text would be to just go to google.com and type in something like German Shepherd aggression, and you'll see other terms people are typing in, or you can press the letter A or letter B or the letter C and you get other options, or you can just go to ubersuggest.org and you will find that they are scraping the Google suggest box anyway to give it to you all in one page. So if I press page down now, I see all of what I just looked at, but I see it for every single letter, like plus B plus C, and I could grab a few of these phrases and utilize those as well inside my 15. I would try not to have the words German Shepherd aggression in any more than maybe, I don't know, half at the most, but I try to just keep it down to maybe 6 or 7 out of the phrases will have German Shepherd aggression in the keyword phrase. And then after that, I'll start coming up with some of these synonym phrases and punching those into this tool and grabbing those. At the end of the day,
yeah, exactly. It can be puppy aggression. It can be canine aggression. It can be German Shepherd biting, German Shepherd barking, angry. They don't even have to be things that you're trying to rank for or whatever. The main thing is,
yep.
Flashing all the way back to, say, the year, whatever, 2001 or 2002 or 2003, if you're trying to rank for, like, Nike sneakers, then the web pages, the articles, they were like, I like Nike sneakers. Nike sneakers are cool. I wear my Nike sneakers everywhere. And you say Nike sneakers like 80 times over, and it's just a crap article. Well, now what now Google is doing is they're stepping back and they're looking at your anchor text. And if your anchor text tells that same story, then they know it's spam.
Yeah, but still, like the words German Shepherd aggression, if that's the phrase you're trying to rank for, you can still use it inside maybe 5 of your phrases. It could be stop German Shepherd aggression.
I think you're even fine to 40 or 50% at this point of a keyword that you're really going for, but just don't go over that. And by the way, as time goes on, it's probably going to be less and less. So at some point, it might be 30%, and that's fine.
Absolutely. I'm just, so, I mean, it's not an exact science, but you get the idea, and you're making it just a lot more natural. All right. And I teach you several different link building methods. I think it's about 9 or 10 or something.
Yeah, you had a
People
really
probably already know lots from Bring the Fresh as well.
Oh, but we've actually had a lot of comments, a lot of very positive comments from Bring the Freshers who are already inside. Like as one of the top 1 or 2 affiliates for Affiliate Blueprint, we've had a lot of people already getting inside and sinking their teeth in. We had lots and lots of compliments towards what you're doing. Actually, any comments? I know we have a number of Affiliate Blueprint 3.0 members. Can I get some comments? People, some ideas. What you think about maybe some of the linking methods, or just any comments that you have for other people. Just leave them in the question box, and I'll get to them a little bit later on. Sorry, Mark. So go ahead. So do you have anything else that you wanted to cover when it comes to?
Yeah, just when you're growing your links, keep making sure that you're not just linking to your money page and not just linking to your home page. If your website is growing, then also scattergun a few links towards some of your new content pages and so forth as well. Even though you might have a focus a bit more on your money pages, you know, it just looks a bit more natural if more of your website is getting links to.
Little bit of deep linking, yeah. So kind of going to some of your internal pages and not just the index.html or your blog page. But by the way, Milo gave you a nice compliment here. He said linking methods are great, very detailed, very easy to follow. Very nice.
Cool. I mean, for me, like one of the most powerful link building methods is one of the ones that people most often can't be bothered to do is guest blogging. Yeah. And that's where you find out what, you get some websites where people are already ranking for the phrase or similar phrases to what you're trying to rank for. They might be somewhere in the top 5 pages of Google. So Google sees it as relevant already in your niche. So, and you find they've got a blog and you contact them about posting a guest post on their blog. You say you can do anything you want with it. It's a unique, you've got to be careful. You've got to say it's a unique article and you won't see this article scattered all over the internet. You're the only one that would be receiving it. You'd say, here's some examples of quality articles I've written in the past so that you know that it's not just a bunch of junk, it's actually good value. So then you link to maybe 3 articles that are really good that you've done before. And then when you go to fulfill that, and all you're doing it for is an exchange for one link, all right? And then when you fulfill that that article and you give it to them, you can either write it yourself or you could hire somebody from, Elance or iWriter or something like that and get them to do it if you need to, and then you can just like take a quick look over it, make sure it's quality, tidy it up if you need to, and
and I'll tell you what, if you're ever doing something like that, especially if you outsource that article, remember your one article to rule them all rules. Make sure that headline is poppy. Make sure that, like use some of those power words, some of those juicy words that we were talking about before. You want these articles that are going out there, especially if they're going to be on a quality blog. You want people clicking on those links and going to your website, not just to get visitors, but to signal to Google, hey, this is a quality situation here. This isn't just. I want to give a quick shout out here. Carolee says, by the way, it's my birthday and there's no place that I'd rather be than here. So happy birthday, Carolee. We're glad that you're here. Yeah, very, very nice stuff here. Well, do you want to give people the opportunity to jump in on Affilio Blueprint 3.0, or you want to give them that link? I think we have a few people. Actually, we have nearly 100% participation from the very beginning. What you do is you go to bringthefresh.com, and actually, Mark, if you'll click on that link, I have just stacked on just this morning, early this morning. I just stacked on a new bonus. So we'll give you a second to find this link. I'll type it into the question box and send it to everybody here. Let's see, go to the chat box. So it's www.bringthefresh.com/3p.php. And Kelly and I have just added a brand new bonus this morning. I'm stacking on bonuses, and you heard Kelly at the very beginning of this event saying he's going to be stacking on even more. fresh.com/3p.php, and I'm going to send that to everybody. And Mark, you can jump back to this to display this link in a second. But if you'll just click on the link for a second and go to that web page, I want to just walk through our bonus really quick because we got a sick bonus for this.
Yeah, go for it. Do you want to take over the screen?
Sure. Just hand that sucker back to me. So I want to walk you through the triple your profit bonus that Kelly and I, and actually we joined forces with Mark for this. We're very proud of that, and I think that we've really come up with an extraordinary bonus. It really works with Bring the Fresh and with Project Profits. Can I ask if everyone can see, can you see my screen pretty well here? Yep, everyone's saying yep. Okay, great. Everyone's saying yes. Okay. And someone said if they signed up before, if they still get the new bonuses, they do. All right, so you got this good video here, handsome me talking away. So you can hear me. This is a picture of me and Kelly, and I go through what's going on with your triple your profits bonus here. So I'm going to scroll down the actual bonus here, introducing your triple your profits bonus. The first thing that we do, we've been talking a lot about Mark's Affiliate Blueprint 3.0. Something that really jumped out for me and Kelly about this course is how it's case study based. Anyone who's been involved with Bring the Fresh for a while knows that we're literally extremely passionate about real examples of real money-getting sites that you can then use as a template and reverse engineer. And there's actually two sites, one from Affiliate Blueprint 2.0 and then one from brand new for Affiliate Blueprint 3.0 that Mark has created, and he shares with you as he's creating it, as you're getting to see this site come to life. And he also has follow-up webinars where he follows up with you on
Yeah, I show you other websites too on the follow-up webinars and that. I mean, I've got other sites where I've taken it further because those sites were, they were just created specifically for the course. They're doing really well, don't get me wrong, but I've got sites that are doing a lot better that are, I've done a few more advanced things too. That's why I don't want to scare people off by using those as the main examples, but those, things where I might have added my own info product or other things, but I show you those on the members webinars so that you can see how to ramp things up to the next level.
And we're very passionate about that. That was the primary, Mark's reputation factored in, the overall quality of the training, that all factored in. But the big enchilada, the big thing that made us go for it was that just in true Bring the Fresh style, it's case study basis. We hear all these, all the so-called gurus, and again, I don't think myself as a guru, neither does Kelly. I don't think Mark does either. You hear all the so-called gurus saying, "Oh, I can't show you my website, or I can't show you my clients' websites because it's too secret," or blah blah blah. What a bunch of BS. Pardon my French. I really dislike that. I won't promote products that are like that. I don't believe in it. We like to play show and tell, and that's what Mark's done with this site. So that's what Mark's done with Affiliate Blueprint 3.0. So Kelly and I really piled on top of that. And so with this first bonus, this is an hour-long video. I went in depth with these two sites, reverse engineering two profitable websites. Here's some of what's included in this video. I decided to Bring the Fresh site that's ranked on page 1 of Google for a major profitable keyword. Exactly how to pick your profitable project. List building. We get into start touching on list building at the 25-minute mark. One of the big differences between Bring the Fresh 2012 and Affiliate Blueprint 3.0. And it's good things, good news on both sides. And then how to zoom past the things that really seem like they're in your way, but they're not in your way. It's a big thing that you can get out of both working with me and Kelly, but also working with Mark. So there's a lot in this first video, 57-minute video that I shot. And this is exclusive. This isn't something that I shot for something else. Created some bonus for some other product, and now I'm trying to pawn it off on you. Again, Kelly and I very, very rarely promote things. We created this bonus exactly for Affiliate Blueprint for this special triple your profits bonus, and so it's custom and it's really built to ramp up your training and to give you an unfair advantage. So I'm going to keep scrolling down here. Hopefully this isn't disorienting to you. This is kind of part 2 of that first video, another 34 minutes going into conversion and infrastructure behind the scenes of these two great websites that Mark built custom for you. Great sources for health-related affiliate offers, profit-getting funnel dissected, building what I call a profit bridge, and then the easiest part, 27 minutes in. Very, very passionate about these videos. You're going to love them. I'm going to scroll down here. Next, you see this handsome guy in the video. This is Mark. Mark and I sat down for around 2 hours, about 45 minutes of prep time, and then another hour and 13 minutes with me just absolutely grilling Mark. And they're, the tough questions I asked them, and I was really your advocate in these videos. One of the big things inside of Project Profits is taking a look at projects that were struggling and how we took loser projects and turned them into winner projects, or how we took a project that was kind of plateaued and relaunched it and brought it back to life to profitability. And we went through a number. Mark and I, Mark is extremely generous. He's a hard worker. You can kind of see down in this video. He's no holds barred. And so I'll go through some of the highlights here. Mark loses, and how he got it all back. Double your profits with little bit of secretiveness here for you. A three-word phrase. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's good stuff. Exclusive outsourcing secrets exposed. This was an incredible, incredible, incredible part of this interview, and it's something that Kelly and I went right to work at applying in our own business. Mark was talking earlier how he was talking to somebody about learning some stuff about video marketing. We literally learned an incredible amount from Mark about his outsourcing. Mark is a world master at outsourcing, and he just really was just incredible and in depth. This bullet point alone, the entire product many times over. This is worth the entire cost of the course, all the bonus, all of it, many times over. Very, very proud of this particular content point. Hyper profitable and fun niche from 10 years ago that Mark has resurrected. This is how he got his start. He's bringing it back. You'll find out about that at the 57-minute mark. And all the people who do really well are the ones who, mysterious phrase, 1 hour and 6-minute mark is going to give you really nice stuff. Then I'm going to scroll down here. There's a video series from Kelly where Kelly goes in and does some SEO reverse engineering, looking at the backlinks, looking at the tough stuff. You heard Kelly talk about that at the very beginning. Site structure, advanced linking, X-ray vision, and what nobody else thinks about, but what they really, really should. That's this video from Kelly, and I've now just stacked on a brand new bonus. It was perfect timing. I actually just shot this just yesterday morning and uploaded it just last night. This video right here. Video number 5, email marketing case study. A $20 million email marketing campaign dissected and exposed. I'm very, very proud of this video. 45 minutes. It goes exactly perfectly with what we talked about today. Gurus make this internet mistake, 6 minutes, 45 seconds. Selling from the mysterious phrase, 17 minutes, 41 seconds. An in-detail swipe file, literally very, very valuable at the 20-minute, 35-second mark, and double your value at the 35-minute mark. And I'm very, very proud of this. We're going to continue to stack on bonuses. If you join now, you'll get all these bonuses. The thing to do, you click on this Add to Cart button, and it's going to take you over to ClickBank. And one thing you need to do to make sure that first, actually, it's going to take you to Affiliate Blueprint, and you click on the Add to Cart button here, and you're going to enter in your name and email address. That's going to take you to the ClickBank order page. And from that point, all you have to do is scroll to the bottom and make sure it says, affiliate equals bring fresh. If it doesn't, you can click here to learn how to clear your cookies. Affiliate equals bring fresh, and you order. And then once you do that, you just go to this page right here. And Mark is, again, very professional. He's set up a page where you can claim. You just type in your receipt here, and you immediately, instantly get access to your full triple your profit bonus. And as we add more and more to it, and we're really proud of this. I've looked around at the other bonuses. Quite frankly, I don't think that any of them hold a candle to our bonus. I think that's why we're gonna try to win this affiliate contest. Like Kelly said, we created a real custom bonus for this. We really dug deep, and you get mine and Kelly's real passion when it comes to this. And we joined forces with Mark to create this bonus. So we're literally very, very proud of it. The one thing I will tell you is that Mark has just announced that there's going to be a pretty steep price increase, not just in a couple days. On Sunday, the price is going to go up to, is it $97, Mark? I don't know. I may have lost Mark. Mark, you still there?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to unmute myself.
Oh,
the
no
regular
problem.
price of this product is $197. And I think it's actually pretty good value at $197.
Yeah, no question.
Like our actual refund rate on this product, and now that I say it, everyone's going to probably ask for refunds just to piss me off. But our actual refund rate is just over 3%, which
Awesome.
is almost unheard of in internet marketing. That's for version 2. This is version 3 now. Okay, so that was from version 2. So that's sort of a sign that people like the product. Because it's very easy to get a refund. You either email us or you email ClickBank, and they will do it for you. We don't process the payments. ClickBank's processing them. You send an email to refunds@clickbank.com, they will refund it. Or you can send an email to us, and we will refund it. It's very easy to get a refund. It's all up to us it's all up to me to deliver the value.
Absolutely.
Okay, so so that's quite a low refund rate when you consider that. I hear people complaining about how ClickBank's got a new policy where it has to be under 15% refund rate. These are people complaining because they get 20% refund rate.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
What are you worried about?
Absolutely pathetic. I totally agree with you. It makes them sick.
Yeah. Like, what are you worried about there? And so anyway, I lost my train of thought here now. Sorry, I totally lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Well, I know you're talking about the price of the course. So the regular price
Oh,
of the
right.
course.
Yes. So the price of the course, just to be completely transparent here, it is going up midnight Sunday. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to, because I always get a bunch of people, the moment I raise the price, I get a bunch of people saying, hey, I was on holiday on the weekend, or I was doing this, or I was doing that, or whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the price midnight Sunday to $97. So it's $77 now, it'll raise to $97 at midnight Sunday, and then at midnight Wednesday, it'll go up to the full $197 price that it regularly sells for. This is a brand new edition. Like, I've re-recorded every single video. There's 80 videos in there. Don't get overwhelmed. They're all bite-sized videos. Okay, so it's you know, they're quite easy to digest and go through and very enjoyable. So I've re-recorded every video. I've included our brand new WordPress theme, which builds a lot better looking websites than that World of Warcraft site that you just saw on screen just before as the example. You know, so they build some really, really nice looking websites, a lot nicer looking than our last theme, even though our last theme still works well in terms of search engine rankings. You know, and it does a lot of other stuff. It does the opt-in forms for you, popovers and so forth. You get members, webinars. There's a lot of fantastic value in being a member of Affiliate Blueprint. And like I said, the price is going up. I'm telling everybody in the world that it's going up on Sunday, but I didn't mention that it was actually, we're only going to raise it to 97 on Sunday, and I'm going to give people a last chance, and that'll take till Wednesday. So, you know, if you join before Wednesday, you'll get in at under, you know, for at least half off the 197. But if you want to get in right now, you'll get in at the lowest price anyone will pay for it, which will be $77, because the price will go up on Sunday to 97. And like I said, Wednesday it'll go up to 197, and that's what it'll stay at.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, Kelly and I made darn sure that your bonus alone is going to be worth well more than $77. We really took this to the map. Kelly is Kelly, as you saw in his video before, has you know how Kelly gets when he gets an idea in his mind, he can't be held back. So we're going to keep stacking on the bonuses. So you know, don't mess around. Jump in on this. We're very proud of it. This dovetails perfectly into your 6 months of profit event. It's going to work perfectly. You know, people have asked me, does this work with Project Profits? Absolutely. Actually, in these two videos right here, these first two videos actually had Project Profits, the core profit template opened, and I was relating everything back to that. And it's you know, really great value. You don't have to own Project Profits if you own this, but I think that basically 100% of the people who joined Affiliate Blueprint 3.0 with us are going to join Project Profits as well. We're going to make it very easy for you. So we're very proud of this. We're very proud of our alliance with Mark here. You know, again, you don't see, you know, we're not like the other guys, you know, pushing, you know, this push button system and that push button system. We're not going to turn around a week from now and suddenly saying, no, wait, it wasn't Mark Ling that was the best. It's really Joe Johnson that's best. And oh no, a few days later, it's really Steve Smith that's the best. Blah blah blah. You know, it's not really us. You know, we really take our time. We're painstaking with this, and I've been through every last inch of Affiliate Blueprint 3.0. The value's there in the course, absolutely, without a doubt. And then on top of that, we've really gone over the top with our bonus because, you know, we wanted to make sure that that, you know, our Bring the Freshers just get you know, that we absolutely just give you you know, super top value. And am I saying that we're over delivering? I hate that phrase. I don't want to over deliver. I just want to deliver what I said. And I think that what we've done is we've tried to deliver an outstanding bonus. I think we have delivered an outstanding bonus. We're actually going to keep piling onto it because I know how Kelly gets. when Kelly wants to really win something, he's pretty insatiable. But I'm also just very proud of this video here, and I'm hoping to goodness that it recorded. We had just tremendous value with this webinar. You know, the $20,000 affiliate swipe file we got into Penguin and Panda. You know, real world details. I'm also just very proud to share our you know, to introduce our triple your profit bonus with you and the bonuses I've stacked on. This video I just recorded yesterday, I'm particularly proud of it. I actually go through how it is that I learned email marketing, and I've made tens of millions of dollars with email marketing. Kelly has also made a staggering amount of money with email marketing, millions and millions of dollars. And I think that you're just going to absolutely love it. So I want to thank everybody who jumped in. Mark, I kind of went on and on there for a few minutes, but I don't know what else, if you have some other thoughts or some other things that you want to share when it comes to Affiliate Blueprint, you would certainly.
No, I think we've said enough. I might just put back on the screen your link just so people know what it is. And
yeah, let me turn things. Yeah, let me just turn things back over to you so you can take it to the.
Yeah, I'm just willing to take questions about anything. It doesn't have to be about Affiliate Blueprint. Just anything to do with internet marketing. It could be to do with product development. It could be to do with affiliate sites, or just anything that comes to mind. Seeing as I'm on the call, you may as well ask any questions.
Okay, so do we have questions for Mark? So we're getting them very, very quickly here. Let's see. All right. I know we earlier had somebody. Okay, so we have someone asking for a site critique. Let me see if I can pull this site name. It's called spiritualweb.co.uk. So he's asking for a bit of a. These can go a bit long, so hopefully we'll be able to do a little bit of something with that. By the way, the name of the website is bringthefresh.com/3p.php, and I'll type that down for everyone.
Is that it?
Yeah, and sorry, it's /index.php. He's saying.
I think it's just loading up.
Okay.
All right. First thing off the bat, I look at this site and I'm impressed that it feels like, and a lot of people don't achieve this, by the way, but it feels like it is the home of mind, body, and spirit, like psychic development and spirituality. A lot of people don't have that. So straight away I look at this and I think, you know what, I'm in the right place if I was a visitor to this website. So I think you've done well on that sense. And it looks like there's a lot of stuff, so I can get my fill if I'm looking for certain things to do with spirituality and so forth. So I think that's good. Now, in particular, could you tell me, are you wanting me to critique this from the point of view of, are you wanting me to critique it from the point of view of your search engine visibility, like your on-page stuff, or just I guess anything?
Is it a question of conversion, Wolfie, or is it a question of ranking? He says it's got 3,000 pages. He says that's crazy.
Wow. That's incredible, and I've been guessing you must be getting some reasonable rankings, or you wouldn't have even got to that point. You know, because it's a lot of pages. You don't just set up 3,000 pages and then never.
Well, for one thing, Wolfie, I mean, how's your list building going on this site?
Yeah.
Because I think from a list building standpoint, that's the first thing I think about with a site like this. It's a real destination site.
It is. List building, I'm not noticing it. For a starter, but then again, maybe it's on the internal articles.
Yeah, it's in the upper left-hand corner. He says he's built a 500-person list, but I think that you could definitely have your be much more front and center. No.
Like, I find that opt-in boxes that are at the side of a page, while that they can be worth having, although I wouldn't call that an opt-in box. It looks like a login form to me.
All right, good point.
But an opt-in box that's at the side of the page, usually I'll get maybe 1 to 2% opt-in rate. If you want to get maybe a 5 to 10% opt-in rate, you have it somewhere in the body of your article or at the bottom of your article. Have a bigger opt-in box that really sells them on opting in. If you want to get 10 to 20% opt-in rate, you have it being a delayed popover, or a popover that comes up straight away. So the moment you get there, there's this popover just appears on your site, right? I give you my popover creation plugin, by the way, as an unadvertised bonus with Affiliate Blueprint. It's right there in the members area. listed as unadvertised bonuses. But you know, that's definitely a great way. Or another way is when people leave, you say, hey, wait, before you go, make sure you grab the Spiritual Web Toolkit or the or whatever it might be. Or so yeah, I mean, absolutely, email marketing is huge, huge. Now, another thing that I'm seeing is there's too many different advertisements and options going on. Way too many. I mean, I'm assuming you're an affiliate of all these different offers, and they're not just paying you for the advertising spot, because there's just too many.
Yeah, he's an affiliate. Yeah, I think this needs to be narrowed, and really, you can just focus on the opt-in on your homepage, and then do your sales from there.
I don't know how much money you're making, but I do know one of my very good friends runs a website to do with numerology, okay, and he is roughly 2 million people on his list, okay, so it's similar kind of niche, but his is to do with numerology, and he is making like an absolute killing, like well into the 7 figures, middle 7 figures. All right, so there's good money to be made. Every time he mails for a product in the spiritual development range, he gets either first place or second place in the launch and makes anywhere from $20,000 to $100,000 in commissions every time. All right, but if you're not building a list, then you're missing out on that opportunity. So yeah, I mean, I would be focusing right here on just getting people to opt in.
Yeah.
You know, give away a free report or something. I wouldn't even have this AdSense stuff. I mean, the thing that's anything that's taking people away from doing the action that you want them to take is sort of wasting your potential income here. Even that I'd get rid of. But that's up to you. If you do want to monetize it with AdSense, that's fine. But with your opt-ins, the other thing I would do is add social media buttons though, because then people can retweet about the site to other people. If I click on one of your articles, what do they look like? If I go in here, spiritual articles. I'm just waiting for it to load up. I mean, I'd buy the site off you if you're struggling to make money with it. This is great. I can see a lot of potential. You know, if you're saying that there's several hundred articles and stuff in here, it's good. Let's have a look. Articles, Alexander Technique Method. So I click on it. And you've got your Facebook share there, but you want to use numbers next to your Facebook share. Like, I'll just show you one of my, I'll show you one of my older websites. If I just type German Shepherd aggression, all right. So it's got an ugly design, but you'll get the idea. Number 1 in Google. There we go. German Shepherd aggression, dog obedience advice, and you'll see I've just used this little plugin. There's several types of plugins that are just like this, where you see the number of people that have retweeted, number of people that have Google Plus ones, and for some reason the Facebook one's not showing. I might just refresh the page just to get that to show, because it should have just shown straight away. There might be an issue with Facebook, I'm not sure. Under normal circumstances, that Facebook one would have shown, and there was about, I think, about 60 or 70 people that hit the Facebook like button there. Not quite sure why that's not showing, but people are more likely to click it if they know when they click it and they see that number go up.
Yeah, it just showed up, the Facebook like, right. 67.
Yeah, people are more likely to click it when they say, oh, if I click that, what happens? And they say, oh, the number goes up. At the same time, they've just shared it with all their friends, which is great. It's a good sign to Google, and I should have mentioned that in my link building stuff before, but yeah, it can be very, very handy. So someone gets to this article, they read about the Alexander Technique Method. There's no internal linking to other articles, which there could well be. There is no obvious offer being made at all at the end or at the start of the article. Okay, people have what's known as banner blindness. The average person sees an AdSense ad or something, they just ignore it. And they ignore these ones as well. Some people click them, but average person ignores them. So if someone is in the middle of reading this article, what are they likely to click on or buy? In the middle of, during this article, at the start and at the end, there's nothing. There's no opt-in box at the end of the articles, so that someone that's just read the article wants to opt in to something. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's no picture that links maybe to an affiliate product. There's no product where maybe at the end it could even just say, look, for a fully comprehensive course on the Alexander technique method, go here, and it might link to some product where you can earn commissions from that teaches the Alexander technique. So the site hasn't really been monetized by the looks of it. And I see AdSense as usually like a last resort to me, because usually you make 10 or 20 times more by promoting an affiliate product that's relevant if you can find the right one. Or even more than that if you get people to opt in to your mailing list. So I would definitely be focusing on that. I'd get those internal linking within the articles sorted too. Overall, it looks like a promising website though. It's definitely got a little bit too many advertising options. That's more of a Panda thing. Google doesn't like seeing too many big sort of stuff inside the first fold and so forth.
Great stuff.
Have you got anything that you want to add to that, Mike?
Well, I'm a really big believer. I agree with you. I like the look and feel of the website. I'm a really, really big believer, especially if you're going to go kind of authority this way, you should be building a list. That's really the way to go. I'd have it streamlined around list building. And the one thing I would say about the site is it doesn't feel personal, and that's a big. I think that's two strikes working against you. Even just having well, to give you an example, on Mark's German Shepherd training site that we were just looking at, you saw a picture of a German Shepherd, and that makes it personal. Just having a picture that you grab off of iStock Photo or even off of Google, you got the German Shepherd puppy, you got the German Shepherd down there. Mark, if it were me, I would actually put a little caption below that German Shepherd and say, Rex is happy, or something like that.
Normally I do. I have a link to it. Normally I link my images, but this is an older website.
Sure.
It wasn't built in WordPress, so I can't be bothered doing.
Yeah, sure. But anyways, so I really like things to have. One of the big mistakes that people make when it comes to conversion with internet marketing is that they think that internet people come to internet sites, and they're no internet people. They're just real people, and real people, want a personal experience. They're not getting the kind of personal experience they're looking for in the quote-unquote real world, and so they go to the internet world. And, why is it that, I guess around 85% of the people who joined us originally over 2 hours ago, why are they still on this webinar with us? Well, because they're enjoying a personal experience. And so, I think that really signaling to people that it is a personal experience, that you are a real person, that you're not an internet person, there should be a picture, on the site. Videos, pictures good, videos better.
In terms of offers, obviously I'd want to promote something to do with the Alexander technique if possible, but if not, I'll give you another option, but I'll just have a look. Alexander, I'll just type Alexander just to see if it comes up with Alexander. I'll type Alexander technique. This is just clickbank. There are a lot of other places where you may find an offer for the Alexander technique. Looks like there's none just in clickbank, but there may be somewhere else. But even if not, I would be thinking about spirituality type products like love or above.com, which converts really, really well. I've made over $10,000 in commissions this past year promoting this particular product. It's just one of several personal development products I promote.
And you can see, right away, this is obviously a good market to message match with this site. It has the same feel to it. Again, by the way, you see right away that this site is exactly doing what I'm saying. You saw right away the picture of the young woman.
Trying to get the opt-ins.
Yes, trying to get the opt-ins, and it's also very personal. You see your picture, right away. You realize that this is a little bit more personal. You've got 70 Google Pluses there. So there's sort of a, something that you can hold on to here.
Yeah, and I've got, look at this. That's cool. You should put that on all your pages.
I love that. Now, obviously, she's got a great situation that she's built up over time. So 72,000 people love her above. And
secret though, you can kickstart it. You just spend about $60 and get 1,000 people to like it.
Sure.
Using any Facebook like service. They'll probably be fake people. Who cares? Doesn't matter. They'll do it for you. Set it up. So then it starts off with 1,000, and then everyone that hits like from there is your real people. I like to start Facebook like, things like that. I didn't do this with a Philorama. All of my likes there are non-bought likes. They're all just people that hit it. It started at 1 and moved up. But quite often on my niche sites, I'll just start them at 1,000, and then like if I go to SaveMyMarriageToday.com. That is not on this page. I'll just go to products. Facebook's done something wrong there. It's not me. I'll just re-refresh it. There we go. Capture the email address. See if it loads. Okay. Normally it would show about 2,000 Facebook likes. I bought the first 1,000, then after that they're all people that are just hitting it and hitting the like button there. Normally it's showing.
That's sort of social proof kickoff. Now,
it's obviously Facebook has got a problem there. I wonder why they didn't have the problem with that other person's website. But,
yeah. Now yeah. I've got a second question here, and I actually literally like that we went in depth with Wolfie's website, but we got a little bit into list building there. Philip English wants to know about a potential penguin rehab story. So he was number 1 through number 3 for anxiety symptoms for children. He's got anxietysymptomschildren.com. This is Philip's site. He says, Mike, I asked this before. Mark said he'd critique a few websites. If he'd do it for me, I'd truly appreciate it. On anxietysymptomschildren.com. The reason being I was page 1 through 3 for several keywords. Then I got hit by penguin and disappeared. Trouble getting back to page 1. So anxietysymptomschildren.com is the name of the website.
What kind of link building made your site get, like what kind of link building were you doing that made it get
normally I put this in Open Site. Yeah, normally I put this in Open Site Explorer, but can you kind of zoom us ahead a little bit, Philip, and let us know where your links were coming from? And then we can also take a look at this site from an on-page standpoint. The on-page looks pretty good, actually.
On-page looks very good.
Great job with this. I'm always so psyched to see Bring the Freshers getting this stuff up and running. By the way, if you get one site up and it goes down, remember you can always just do another one.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it really does look good.
Yeah, the content. Now
we have. I don't know if we've still got. You may not realize we're hanging around
on the call because
no,
you
Phil
can
said,
sign into.
Oh, mostly, I know exactly what this is. He's saying that this is profile links. Listen, Philip, with profile links,
right.
two big problems. Profile links will still work, but I know exactly what happened. The profile links that you got were just a one or maybe 2 different anchor texts, and you get only profile links with all the same anchor text, and you're going down. I mean that's.
You're also going down if your links are only profile links, and you haven't done it. If it's 20% of your linking, great.
Yeah,
if it's
I agree with you.
More, you may not have even suffered an actual penalty. By the way, you may have just simply found that you've got less value from those links than previously. So
and you can gain relative value, but I mean, I'd be firing. I mean, this is a valuable site. You should be firing at least UAW links to it. AMA links you can do, or submit your article links. Get some article links to this sucker and get it going, because you got a valuable website here.
I would be guest blogging if I were you as well.
I agree with that.
Sites that are in your niche, get other sites too, because you can show them. Look, this is the kind of, you can just link them and say, this is my website. This is the kind of articles that I write. I'm really passionate about this topic. For a variety of reasons, I can see why you would. And then you could say, look, I'm offering to write a unique guest post, just simply in exchange for one, for being allowed to put at least one link within that article back to my website. You can do anything you want with it, and it'll be a unique article and so forth. I think that guest blogging, that would help.
I use guest blogging. I use guest blogging myself. One of my sites, themysterymethod.net, I've got several articles in from guest blogging things I've done. I'm not above it. I think guest blogging is a great way to go. You also get visitors from those sites as well, and it's just such a great signal. One of the great things inside of Affiliate Blueprint 3.0, he actually has Mark actually shares a a really terrific turnkey script that you can use, kind of an approach letter. Something that we like inside of Project Profits is kind of automating when we have to do deal making, and you've got kind of a script that's in there that's very, very nice, for approaching, and something that's really proven to have worked again and again. I really like that a lot.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, there's that, and there's also, from a Panda perspective, you'll probably want to get people to come back to your website, and in which case, well, one way to do that would be to have a newsletter follow-up sequence, so that way every, maybe send them back to your website every third newsletter or fourth or fifth newsletter or whatever, just keep sending them back to read other articles on your site. And then on top of that, I'd probably add some social media buttons to each page so that people can hit the like button and retweet it to other people and so forth.
Yeah, and I'd also have a picture of a kid above the fold. Again, like I'm a really big believer in having things be personal, but I'd have it above the fold. I know he's got pictures, but it's good to have them like right away where you can see them, because it's a great looking site. But the things that Mark and I are hitting upon again and again is it personal? Does it feel personal? That's what those social media.
I think mostly it does, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, I hope that's I hope that's been of help to you.
Yeah, I think this has been extremely valuable. I want to thank I really want to thank you. You've been extremely generous with your time. We're probably at the point where we ought to start wrapping things up, but I'd rather go kind of in depth with a couple of case studies like we did, rather than just do a bunch of them and just kind of do a half-assed job on it. So we're gonna wrap things up here. You can go to bringthefresh.com/3p.php. That's where the party's going on to. That's where the action's at. Me and Kelly want you to join. Mark wants you to join. We've joined forces with Mark. We've created a tremendous bonus for you. We're going to keep adding to that bonus. The way to get that bonus is to join Affiliate Blueprint 3.0. It's $77 right now. If you're seeing this and it's already past Sunday, so if it's on into Monday, then it'll be $97, and then all the way through Wednesday when the price is really going to jump. So it's a great time to take advantage of it. Don't mess around, jump in. Again, I don't really have a problem with being pretty aggressive about this, actually really aggressive, because I believe in this. You don't see me and Kelly promoting a bunch of stuff, especially not other information products. But this is fully synergistic with what you're doing with your Bring the Fresh training. Mark's not going to steer you wrong, not even 1%. And along with your triple your profit bonus, it's just absolutely a no-brainer. People love it that have joined this stuff, and we're getting lots and lots of thank yous. By the way, Phil specifically said thank you, and so did Wolfie, for those great in-depth site reviews. I thought that was really, really great stuff. And we got Frank jumped in. Frank says there was someone from the forum who couldn't get in. It's Brenda from the forum. She's like B-star, but she said she really enjoyed it over the phone, and she thanks me and Mike for a wonderful webinar. We have just such a great, such a wonderful forum. It's a city on a hill. Everyone's friends helping friends, and so thank you, Brenda. Carl wants to know, is this a one-time fee or a monthly subscription? So here's how it works. It's a one-time fee to join Affiliate Blueprint 3.0, and then in addition to that, as a purely extra bonus, you get 1 month free to Affiliorama Premium. Is it called Affiliorama Premium? Is that the name of it, Mark?
Yeah, it's called Affiliorama Premium, and basically it's. I'll show you. Let's see if I'm I'll just log into it. Hopefully I'm already logged in.
Yeah, there's some really nice stuff here. It's a very nice additional bonus that you get along with things.
Especially if you're into wanting to do stuff outside of the Affiliate Blueprint method, because that's just one way of doing affiliate marketing. But I've got other stuff to teach you, like outsourcing secrets. I've got a 1-hour video here where I teach you all the methods that I use for outsourcing, both for hiring full-time staff from, say, the Philippines that are very high quality, to all sorts of stuff from graphic design to programming and more, how to hire part-time staff, and or how to hire people for one-off projects and have them do a really great job at an affordable prices. Several other videos are in the Premium Vault that teach you all sorts of different methods and tips and tricks for affiliate marketing and so forth. And I've got more coming as well on product development and other things I'm going to be teaching coming up. We've got a lot of software tools for you to use, several more, and once you click the Access More button, we've got affiliate magazines each month. If I just click on download this issue, just so you can see it.
Yeah, this is. I was actually pretty surprised when I downloaded this. The thing's meaty. It's like a lot of pages. What was like dozens of pages in this.
Yeah, it's going slow because it's running the webinar at the same time, but that'll download. But you also get an interview with a different internet millionaire each month. So if you like this particular video that we're on right now, webinar, then you'll probably like these interviews that I do. You get high quality private label rights articles each month, and you get like behind the scenes stuff from stuff that's going on in our company. But anyway, this particular edition is all about blogging, and as you can see, so we cover things in like absolute detail. All sorts of stuff included here, step-by-step stuff. People are going to not necessarily read every single magazine every month. Like, not every month is going to be of interest to you. Maybe when we have our month on pay-per-click marketing, maybe it won't be of interest to some people. Maybe for some of you it will. When we do our month on video marketing, it will be of interest to some people, and some people it won't be. And there's something for everyone, and it's well worth being a member, even if you only gain like one gold nugget every now and then. It can, for the price of it, I think it's really good. And we're giving you a 1 month free trial, so you can check it out and have a look at all the Premium Vault videos and so forth, and see what it's like to be a member.
Yeah, there's also a number of tools in there which are really nice.
Free hosting as well with it.
Yeah.
As well.
Now let me make sure to lay out the pricing, because we're having a lot of questions about it. So the way the pricing works.
Yeah. I was going to explain.
Oh, sorry. Go on ahead then.
Yeah, so I was going to say, you get 1 month free trial, and it automatically rebills after 30 days at $67 a month. But if you don't want your premium membership, just simply send us an email to support@affiliarama.com to cancel your membership. You can send that straight away after you join if you really want to make sure that you don't want to be part of premium, but you only want to be part of Full Blueprint, and you won't be billed for premium. All right. Now, our refund rate, when I say that it's at 3%, it would not be at 3% if people were getting billed when they thought that they shouldn't be. People would be instantly refunding the moment they got billed for, so we're really upfront, and we're telling you about it, and we're telling you, look, it's $67 a month if you want to stay on as part of premium. But if you don't, just send us an email straight away to cancel, or any time within that 30 days to cancel. Like, we're confident that a lot of you will love this stuff, and you'll make a lot of money.
And certainly use the tools and go through the training at least for 10 or 20 days, regardless of whether you're going to cancel or not. That's perfectly up to you, but there's some good value in there.
I tell people to set an alarm on your phone for 25 days in, so that you remember to cancel if it's not for you. So just set an alarm for yourself so you don't forget. Or something in your Outlook calendar, that's if you're worried about
and worst case scenario, if you get billed and you forget that it's ClickBank has a 60-day refund policy. Hopefully you don't do that. Try to be responsible and try to be careful.
No, you're right.
With
we've got a 60-day refund policy anyway. So if you were to get billed and not be happy that you got billed, then you just send us an email and we refund it back anyway. 60 days anyway. So.
Yeah, but then otherwise the Affiliate Blueprint 3.0 is a one-time lifetime fee. It's $77. You get that training. It's locked in. You get to enjoy it, and then and there you go.
That's the Affiliate Blueprint product, and then you're into the members area, and everything's all laid out, step-by-step format, and you get into a particular category like market research and keywords, and it's really nice and easy to follow.
Yeah, it's great stuff. One of the things I really love about the training. Yeah, one of the things I really love about the training, you see that it's got watch video, but you can also download the video. And the great thing is the lesson notes. So he's got everything transcribed with, and I actually show you this inside of the bonus, but Mark's got everything transcribed, and it includes screen captures. So if you're more of a visual reading person, you can breeze through the course. What I ended up personally doing, because I wanted to go through every inch of the course, was I went through all the manuals and took notes and so forth. And Mark's going to open that up for you. But it's really great quality stuff. I wouldn't. Again, Kelly and I, we never recommend things. So there's a reason why, because you don't usually get products of this kind of quality. Mark's going to open that up, and you can have a look at it.
Yeah, I hit open, but it doesn't seem to be opening for me.
Also, I've got a number of people writing in saying that they, the most recent person is Tammy, saying that they joined, they want to be able to get their bonus. If you go back to that same page that we showed you, well, anyway, I'll show you in a minute. So Mark's going to show you inside of the guides.
Yeah, can you see like how it's laid out? Nice and straightforward. So you could just go through the guides if you don't want to go through the.
Yeah, that's what I did that's what I did to kind of to be able to go through the course in a few days. I was able to just go through the guides, and it's really great stuff. It's got the screen captures right there, and it's got everything that Mark had to say. What I actually did was I went through the first several videos, and then once I kind of got a feel for Mark's voice and was comfortable with that, then I was able to just go through the manuals, and I felt really, really great about it. And that's kind of how I created my bonus was using those lesson notes as building blocks. By the way, I actually recommend that you go through our bonus first, and then you go through a Philo blueprint. We actually designed it that way, so it would be a really, really great introduction to kind of pass you from Bring the Fresh and Project Profits right straight into a Philo blueprint.
One of the most important videos for you to watch. A lot of people skip it because they're like, mindset. Yeah, I've got a mindset of a millionaire. I don't need that. It's this video, millionaires, the millionaire mindset.
Yeah, that was
a video.
Yeah, absolutely, very good video.
I highly recommend people go through that. Teach you how to think like a millionaire. And thinking like a millionaire doesn't just mean that you're deluding yourself into believing that you're going to be a millionaire or something. I'm not teaching you like how to be confident that you're going to be a millionaire. I actually teach you specific marketing strategies for how to be a millionaire, and how to think like a millionaire, how to leverage your time, how to all sorts of things. How to get your conversion rates higher in any industry, whether you're in internet marketing or got a coffee shop business, all sorts of stuff, like the whole how to think like a millionaire. 18 traits all covered in this video. I'd highly recommend people watch it, and I reckon it's worth joining just to get that alone anyway.
Yeah, there's a number of value points that are like that. So the place to join is you go to bringthefresh.com/3p.php, and in terms of collecting your bonus, then right below any of the order links, there's an automated link that Mark has set up for you. It says, you can kind of claim your bonus here, and you just enter your ClickBank receipt into that bonus. If you can't find it, just email me. You can email me either at kelly@mike@bringthefresh.com or at mikelongmagic@gmail.com. I'll be happy to set you up with your bonus. But you obviously, anybody who's listening to this, whether you're live with us, and we still have almost everybody who joined us live still on, so we really appreciate that, over 2.5 hours into the call. But also, you can tell, if you're joining us after the fact, you can tell we're passionate about this. You can tell that Mark's passionate about what he's doing. Obviously, Kelly's passionate. You got to see him earlier, and clear cut. I really care about this. I care about you getting this. If you have, if you have the resources to spare, I think this is going to be great. It's great to augment your Project Profits experience to your Bring the Fresh experience, and it's also, of course, built as a standalone course. But we really created this custom bonus. This isn't one of these. Our bonus isn't one of these, I'm just going to throw on a bit of this and a bit of that, and make a fancy looking picture of a box product, and now you're going to feel like you got a whole bunch of stuff. I think that stuff is crap. There's no like penguin report in here or whatever. We already teach you that inside of Bring the Fresh. It's just custom made content to exactly help zoom you ahead and get you going in exactly the right direction with Philo Blueprint 3.0. To work with Bring the Fresh, to work with Project Profits, and just to bring it all into. That's why it's triple your profits. You get me, you get Kelly, you get Mark, and we're very, very proud of what we're doing. Everyone who's gotten the bonuses loved it, and we're going to be stacking on more and more bonuses to this bonus. So you're putting yourself in the driver's seat by joining it.
Cool. Well, shall we wrap things up now?
Yeah, let's wrap things up. So, so you got the website name. And, I really want to thank you, Mark. Again, Mark's a lot like me and Kelly. He's made millions of dollars online. Obviously you can see, extremely gracious with his time. And I think that almost everybody who's been on here has thanked you. We're getting a lot of thank yous right now. one just came in from Richard. So I want to thank everybody who joined us. I want to thank you for sharing your valuable time with us. We don't do webinars very often, but when we do them, Kelly and I really try to put our all into it, and we try to, if we are bringing on a guest, then we're very rigorous up front. I spent hours with Mark before we did this event, especially when we were creating our, when we were joining forces for the Triple Your Profits bonus. And I just think that Mark did a killer job. I love the reviews that we did. Remember your swipe file, that $20,000 swipe file was killer. We got into Penguin, we got into Panda, so we got into lots and lots of great stuff. So I'm read a few of the thank yous. Brian from Australia said thank you, even though he's from Australia, he still thanked you. It's generous of him. David Gordon said thank you. Angela said he's great. Thank you from Danielle. Thank you guys, appreciate it. Missed that. Malcolm, thank you guys. Good night. Chris, thank you guys for helping us get started, make a new life for ourselves. Absolutely, Chris. We want you to, man, it's a city on the hill. We want things to be wonderful for you. Thanks, guys. What was in 2 days ago? You're the greatest. Karen, thanks for jumping in. Frank says thank you. Frank's a character. Robert, thanks, guys. Always appreciate it. Great content. Thanks from Carl. Credit to you, Mike and Mark. I'll be back in full disclosure. Let's see. Might be the acorn and soon an oak tree. Wolfie, very good. Darwin, need a replay. Just got home an hour ago. Darwin, thanks for jumping in for the last hour with us. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you so much, Mark, for just being so gracious with your time. Everyone's just been so wonderful. I will try to get this replay out as soon as I can. I know that people are going to be champing at the bit to get it. But Mark, thank you so much, and congratulations on your tremendous success, individually and for the success that all of your fellow Blueprint 3.0 members are going to have. And I just want to thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome, and thanks everybody for sticking around for such a long time on this webinar. I hope you take action with what you learn here.
Yeah, there's no doubt. These are action takers. Bill says thank you from Las Vegas. Shirley says excellent webinar. I just sent you an email. Thank you, Shirley. I'll look forward to your email. Jay said always a pleasure and never a chore. Oh, thank you so much, Jay. You guys know exactly what to say to make my face turn red. All right. Well, anyways, I want to thank everybody. Thank you so much. On behalf of me and Kelly, we think of Bring the Fresh as a city on a hill, and we're so great. So grateful every time for all the energy that came together putting this event together. One more time, thank Mark and thank all the customers who helped him build his special situation. And I'll see everyone on the inside of our Triple Your Profit bonus. For the last time, that's www.bringthefresh.com/3p.php. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wind up this webinar. But thanks to everyone.
All right, thanks, guys.